Hi guys, it's just Gene here. Not with Big Man News, but with Gracious Kate instead. And this is Meet Us After 7. For some D's on that. Obviously, I don't have this, what's this thing called? That's it. I don't have a soundboard, so you know how to do
Why don't you have a soundboard?
Da Capella. Yus has it on his phone.
So why didn't you prepare a soundboard?
Fair enough. Could do that.
Should I find a soundboard?
No, it's fine. It's just, I did it with my mouth. So
I'll Google clapping.
No, they got it. It's cool. Okay. It's all right. So, guys, you're going to have to deal with me today. Carrying the fort, you know. It's about time I started pulling my work. But, so yeah, it's me here today with Gracious K. So we are going to chop it up and...
Feels weird you calling me Gracious K.
I know, because your name is Lance or Kwabna, isn't it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know me as like my whole life. So
it's
when
true.
You say Gracious, it's like... I think most of these people know me as Lance as well, because of Freesh.
Okay, yeah.
So either one works. Fine.
Oh, sorry. How are you?
I'm here. What?
Yeah?
Can't complain, man.
Yeah?
You know?
How you been?
I've been alright. I'm getting better. That's the main thing. I think there was a point of uncertainty when I was kind of battling that. And I feel like I'm in a place where I'm kind of getting back to myself.
Yeah.
So just kind of regaining my confidence, man.
That's good to hear. That's good to hear. We love that for you, black man.
Done.
And what's kind of helped you get there?
Being amongst good company. Like, there's a lot of people who I kind of just speak, because basically I had a tendency to be in my own head a lot. And I would ask for advice from multiple people. And I realized that I was, in essence, looking for someone to tell me why it wouldn't work. But everyone I kept speaking to was telling me why something would work.
Okay.
So I'd ask you, and like the other day I said, should I put this
phone call was so random, by the way.
I said, should I do this?
No,
this?
too I was literally like...
Yeah, and you was
you know
like,
what I was even going to say? I was even thinking, okay, I feel like I'm the wrong person to ask, but okay.
So I asked you, you said, do it. I'm like, cool. And then the tendency I had previously would be I'd ask multiple people.
Oh, okay.
And it's like, I'm just waiting for one person to be like, nah, man, I don't think that would make sense.
Is that because you already have like... Is it because you're not confident in your own decision?
Yeah.
So you want someone to kind of support your decision?
To a degree, but I also want someone to... Basically, let's say, okay, I want to put out a song, right? And I've got confidence issues surrounding the song and whatever, right? And everyone will tell me, bro, this is go time. This is the moment. This is the song. This is what we need to do. And then I'll be searching for the one person who will tell me, this ain't gonna work, my guy. And I'll be like, I knew it, man. I knew. And I'll allow it. So it's like self-sabotage.
That's self-sabotage / imposter syndrome / pessimism. The whole lot. That's mad. No, but we all do it though. Like, I can't sit here and get onto you because I'm the prime example of imposter syndrome and all that and more. Do you know what I mean? So I know what it feels like.
See what? Yeah, I feel like there's people who live with imposter syndrome, but they just get on with it anyway.
Yeah,
I think like that's you. Yeah. Like I feel like you go in there, second guess yourself, but you do it anyway.
Yeah.
And there's some people who second guess themselves and leave
and don't do it. Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? And I became, especially like pre it like this year. So we made Migraine. Life was lit, doing all that. Ha ha.
Do you know what strokes?
And we doing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like
life
was lit. Uni times was lit.
What?
And then imagine right now, like everyone, you've gone from no one wanting anything, because growing up in the ends, I was never really the person who anyone thought was gonna do something extraordinary. There was people in my class or in my year group who everyone kind of destined to do this. So I was just left to my devices, and then I started becoming the person. Like mobbed out. Mobbed out, collision, kamikaze.
Don't annoy me.
We was all one collective.
Yeah.
And I started becoming the little hood celebrity in the end. So when we was doing our little cashing other people in youth centres, yap. and Forest Gate Youth Centre and stuff like that. It was like, all right, cool. Then I was the one who done Risky Roads, and I went on like Blaze FM, Axe FM. So it was like, yeah, gracious. I snuck into Deja. So I was kind of just around. So they thought, yeah. Then migraine hit, and it was like the real world. So it was labels and that on me. All right, cool. So imagine, I remember calling Black Dove, Francis Sani. I don't know.
I saw him. Do you know I saw him?
Imagine.
2 weeks ago.
Did he hit you with the pasta?
For the first time. No. It was not that kind of environment.
Hey, what?
It was Isaac's
party.
Okay.
I was going to say.
No, so obviously I've not, prior to that I saw him at Janice's funeral, but prior to that, I've not seen him since sixth form, literally. So I was just like, raw.
Literally. So I remember calling him. I was like, Francis, I made the best tune in the world. I was like, come on, man. I said, I'm being serious, bro. I promise you. And I think 2 months later, I gave it to Cosmic. I got introduced to Cosmic. A mutual friend introduced me to Cosmic. And then I met Fats, and the tune just blew up. And then I got hurled into this world, labels, touring. It was lit. I'm thinking, bro, I'm going to be Jay-Z. It's done. Forget about it. Started focusing. Then I got signed, and then it became a thing where I started. That's when I really first got a case of imposter syndrome, but I didn't know what it was. I didn't know about mental health to that degree. So I didn't know what that was. So I just felt like, all these guys, they're here talking about these, numbers and these things. And I realized that poverty, whether it be in its actual, entirety or of the mind, is the biggest killer of people from our community.
Yeah.
Because when you're poor, you will take whatever they give you.
100%.
So imagine you're coming from at the end and someone's trying to give you 50 grand for a single. You're saying, brother, I've never seen that. I've never seen this P. You know what I'm saying? Of course. Whereas now, because the worth and the value composition has gone up, there's kids today who like, I don't want to sign.
Yeah,
or bring the 5 M's.
Yeah.
That you got kids saying, bring the 5 M's, but actually 5 M's isn't enough because when I break bread and do this and pay tax, it's not making sense. But once you have a poverty mindset, you've got people who are signing 360 deals, 10 albums for weed. You know what I'm saying? So it got to a point where, all right, cool. You sign, you're held into this world. And I felt like if I understood what imposter syndrome was and had proper coping mechanisms, I would have been a bit more sturdy. Like, nah, come on, man. This doesn't make sense. This don't make sense.
Do you feel like it was a case of, you know what, I'm just happy to be here?
To a degree, because I remember there was a bidding war. So Head, Shoulders, Knees and Toes got signed and it done its thing. And there was a bidding war for me because Migraine coming, it was just like a street tune. It was like, what is this? And there was a bidding war because that was becoming the new sound. And my sound was slightly grimier because I tried to use grime elements. And then it was just tearing up all the clubs. So I remember 2 labels fighting it out. I signed with one, and then when I signed, we was in the studio making like, no disrespect, it's my bro, like music like Strider. The music that he felt he had to make.
Yeah, when you
to
kind
pop.
of, yeah.
And it was like, all right, but my imposter syndrome, my confidence issues, and just being happy to be around was stopping me from speaking up and saying, bro, I've got the biggest tune in ends, the country, and kind of beyond. Why are we doing this? You signed me for A, why are we making D?
Yeah.
Like, it's not making sense.
Nothing.
Yeah, and I feel as though because I was just kind of happy to be there, I didn't want to lose the opportunity.
Yeah.
I wasn't pushing because there was people who wanted to manage me, there was people who wanted to, take risks and whatnot, and I was thinking, this is, and I almost allowed it to just flow, it to dictate. But it wasn't guided by God or nothing. Yeah. It was just guided by everyone's influence.
Vibes.
You understand?
Yeah.
So it was just vibes. And so yeah, you done that. Imagine you do that, whatnot. And then imagine, right? You make all these friends, you start doing all these shows, you start doing all these things, doing all these favors, thinking all these people are popping with you and like executives and whatnot. And then you introduce to the music business. And then when things stopped popping, that's when my shit started kicking in mentally. Because, I remember it got so bad, I'm trying to figure out, is anyone still talking about me? So I would search my name on Twitter, on the TL, to see like, what's people saying about Gracious. Are they talking about like, and I was like, hey, it's finished, it's rough. Yeah, I was like, it's done.
You loved, you see, center of attention, yeah? If center of attention was a person, from early, you, my friend, have loved every aspect of it. Every aspect of it.
It's very much like when the aunties in the christening, they're like, show me your dance, innit?
No,
you very much on it.
No, that's what I'm saying.
On it.
From young, you've been that kid. But then do you feel like that stems from a place of slight insecurity?
Yeah, it's validation, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like dad issues, isn't it? Like I told you, I didn't grow up with my pops, so.
Do you know what? By the way, I weren't even trying to go.
It's up to you, isn't it?
No, it's jokes because for me, we're just vibes, isn't it? But I feel like this conversation is going so deep. But I love that it's going deep. But I'm just saying, I didn't plan to I'm not trying to put you under pressure or anything. But no, you're right.
We're cousins, isn't it?
It's true. We can do this. I get it. Like, obviously, not having a father figure can impact your level of self-worth in terms of feeling wanted and stuff.
Facts.
I get it.
I feel like if I had that, I might not have even done music. Because music was a sense of adoration. Hearing something you make and they sing it back to you, it's like, wow, they value what I've created.
Yeah.
They value me and what I'm providing. I eventually learned that it was a passion because when I wasn't doing it, I didn't feel happy. I didn't genuinely feel happy. Like when I started understanding my purpose, like to kind of create joy through some form of creative aspect.
Yeah.
Like that's when I realized. So right now, this is helping me tick because someone's going to watch this and be like, oh, right, okay, or maybe. So I've created joy. I go perform joy. Free shot joy. I play this joy. Like I'm creating some form of joy. And I loved the fact that I could connect people who may not even speak the same language through song.
Yeah.
So there's people.
That's beautiful though.
Yeah. So it was big. And I just noticed that it was the validation. So I started living for the approval and that validation from people. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm searching man's name on the TL, I remember it got so bad, I'm searching like Gracious K shows, Gracious K Skank, Gracious K Migraine.
I'm actually done with
or
you.
I'll do Gracious KAY. And then in
what about Kizzy?
I've done bare things, but there's even things I can't say on here.
No, you know what? I'm out. I'm
so I was trying to just something to just appease me and make me think like someone cares.
You're still relevant.
Yeah, someone cares to a degree. And I remember when I started telling myself, I used to get emails. Can you speak at my university? Can you do this? And I'll be like, please, ask Tiny. Like, I'll be thinking, why are you asking me? I'm not popping. I've told myself I'm not popping. And obviously, I was in a space and in a place where I didn't notice that battle of the mind was showing on the outside. I started wearing black all the time. I used to wear like, let's say, colourful crepes when we do the napa and all this stuff. And I stopped, dressing like, Congolese showman and just became this, I don't know, a shadow of myself. But I never noticed it. It was only because, mental health started becoming a focal point that, it allowed for us to, explore more.
100%.
I couldn't tell man them in the ends I was going crazy. What else is this?
You weren't going crazy.
But you know what I mean, for a lack of a better word. Like, yo, man them, I don't feel right. Like, I feel like I just don't want to get out of the room. Like, I'm just in the room. People are like, oh, let's go out. I'm like, no, I'm cool.
Yeah.
And I used to get dark. I remember the one well-known DJ, yeah? A well-known DJ. I messaged him my new tune, like send him some big email, say, yo, bro, this is what I got going on. And he said, this is his exact words, without even listening to it, I'm going to let you know that you need to do a lot more before you can warrant support on my show. I said, hey.
Wow.
I said, okay, no problem. This was years ago. I just said, fine, no problem. To God be the glory. Now I'm a fucking bad man. Yeah, and his thing is all shaky. But we don't do petty. It says vengeance is mine, says the Lord, innit? So we don't do petty, but God's favourite, innit? You always take care. But yeah, it just goes to say like that imposter syndrome, that feeling like I'm not meant to be in the room, and that lack of self-worth, I do pinpoint that I think it stemmed from not really my pups. That's why I rate LeBron James. I study him because I don't think his pups was around. But the impact he has in his kids' lives, you see him on the court and he's doing what people are saying, quote unquote, is the most. And they're like, nah, bro, you just didn't have a pops to.
Yeah,
like,
so he's doing what he would have needed
facts,
as a child.
Facts. So whether it's overcompensating or whatever, it is what it is. That's why, like, I know how I feel like I know the importance of family.
No, I agree. I get it because I feel like for us anyway, like from like our background, where we've come from and the environment and stuff, it's like you get told a lot of stuff when you're younger, innit? And I think people don't understand how powerful that is and how that shapes you as a person and when you grow up. So it's like everyone sees you and expects you to like. So for example, like when I say to people that I'm shy or that I have confidence issues or whatever, people find it so hard to believe. And I'm just like, you don't get it. Like, you see one thing with me, I can, like you said, I can have imposter syndrome and just get on with it. Only because I have to do. I'm great at, I have to be active. Like, that's one thing I know how to do in it. Like, I just know how to do what I can do. And as much as I'm in my head and all that self-doubt like happens, in that moment, I have no other option for me. So I just kind of make it work. And I guess because, again, it's passion, you know? For me, it's passion because when I think about it, I could have stopped doing all the stuff that I'm doing a very long time ago because money wasn't like.
Yeah, there was bare times you wanted to.
What? Fam, we've had conversations. I've sent you voice notes. Like, we've had deep conversations where I've just been like, yeah, this is long. Like, I'm not on it anymore. But because I can't see myself doing anything else, I just kind of have to. Even if I'm dragging my feet, I'm gonna do it and drag my feet. I'm gonna moan. I'm gonna complain. I'm gonna do all that, and it's gonna be attached with so much negativity. But it's still gonna get done.
Do you know, like, right? Are you at a place in life where you understand how big you are yet?
No.
Okay.
That stuff annoys when people see.
Like,
it's too cringe.
Not like, oh, just Gene.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, the power of kind of representation. Have you deeped that yet?
I don't think I've deeped it in its entirety. No, but I do understand that I'm doing things that I never thought was possible in my lifetime. Like, I've definitely deeped that.
Done now. Good.
I have.
Because I'm saying there's a small girl who's gonna get into the game because of you.
I hear that. And I think that's the thing with that though, is that's why there's so much pressure. And I put a lot of pressure on myself because if I'm honest, this isn't about me. This journey isn't about me. Nothing I do really is for me. I'm like the last person on the list. It's everybody else. So
it's life, isn't it? It's fine.
Because of that, the pressure that I put on myself here, for example, like, so the event that I did the other day, again, it's not my first time teaching a class. So really and truly, you go live every single day, big man. Every day you go live and you teach. So you're not a stranger to teaching. You know how to command. You know how to read the room. You know what I mean? You know what you're doing, right? And if you didn't know what you're doing, you wouldn't be in this position. Fair enough. But no one cares about that. I don't care about that. Like, when push comes to shove the night before, I'm not sleeping. I'm tossing and turning, waking up with hella eye bags because I've not been able to sleep because I'm rattled. And in my mind, I've considered all the things that are going to go wrong tomorrow. Not could go wrong, that are going to go wrong. It's confirmation. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, it's not that deep. And on the day when I'm there and I'm moving around chatting to people, everyone's like, how you feeling? And I'm like, I'm scared. I'm nervous. And everyone's like, you've got this. And I'm like, nah, like, don't do that, because when you do that, you put more pressure on me and I put more pressure on me because I feel like I have to live up to your expectation and your standard. And because I know how important it is to be in this position and the representation and what it means, I'm literally like, Gina, this is all or nothing. Like, if you flop this, you have flopped your community. Like, do you know what I mean?
Sometimes it's good and sometimes it's bad. Like, I watched this documentary and Jimmy Iovine, he said he uses fear as a tailwind. So it's like when fear he uses that to kind of propel him.
Yeah.
And it's push anyway. So a friend of ours, I remember she said, just oversimplify everything. She was like, okay, you want to release a song, what's the worst that can happen? I'll be like, yeah, they could call it shit. I said, okay. Then what? Did you die?
It's true.
And it, like, I felt like in my whinging and my moaning, I was kind of like, I felt a bit, I was shy. Yeah, I was shy.
It humbles you.
Yeah, I was shy. I was proper shy.
When you take it to like this basic level, it's like,
I was shy.
Did you die?
Yeah, I was shy. Like, I was honestly, I was like, hey, I'm shy. So it's like, I remember Chifa one time said, am I allowed, I just feel like I'm naming, I'm saying bare names. I remember he said basically he was the first, black jeweler, like really coming through, and it was hard and he wasn't getting through. And like when he walks through Hattons, when he sees all the black boys in there, they hail him up as like, not the godfather, but they just, bro, like, you don't understand. You really thought that we can see it's possible because that jewelry game wasn't for black people. Like, black man weren't buying off black man, and now people go to Chifa or Cans Noir and they do their thing. So I'm just saying in terms of when I see you, that's why I won't say something every so often, but when I do send you a voice note, it rattles me because I'm like, brother, like, people don't know.
No.
And it kind of it pisses me off when people think, Gina's just got all the black girls supporting her. I'm like, brother, don't let me get into this, yeah? But I ain't got time. But what I'm trying to say is, she is a product of no bringing, no friend in the game who's someone that can just slide you in. The reason why her thing is set different is because her foundations are set. And I'm keep saying to them, Gina's only getting hype now, Like, you people, it's like she's starting now. So it's like when you go gym, what do they say? Is it 8 weeks for me to see?
Oh yeah,
12 weeks for everyone to see.
No, so like, yeah, I get you. I get
that thing. So I'm saying in terms of you started seeing you're making progress, but now everyone's seeing, and I'm like, brother, it's just started, bro.
Do you know what's crazy? Do you know in January is 10 years,
Bro.
10 years when
10 years to be an overnight success.
10 years to come from, I remember I was in Ghana, 2012, December, and then I was like, okay, I want to do this fitness thing, but I don't know what I'm going to do. And I'm like, shout out to Nicholas Dex and Dwayne Miller, because them two literally were like, no, Gina, you could have a brand. And I'm like, what's a brand? I'm like, a brand is Nike. I'm not, honestly, in my head,
Loved that.
I didn't know I didn't think a brand could be a person. I always thought a brand was a company or a thing, right? So I was like, Nike is a brand, Adidas is a brand, I'm Gina, I'm not a brand. They're like, nah, you are a brand. A brand is, they're trying to explain it to me and it's going over my head. I'm like, I don't know what you lot are talking about. And they're like, okay, you're doing this fitness thing and it's amazing and you're putting like your little things on Insta, like your little pictures and stuff here and there, but like take it serious. And I'm like, how? They're like, create a brand. I'm like, you keep bringing like, what does this mean? And then I just started blogging. So I came back from Ghana. I was like, you know what? Let me start a blog, because that was when Tumblr was popular and everyone was on Tumblr. But
wow,
I
look
couldn't
at us showing our age, but it's rough. Bro.
Tumblr. But I couldn't do that. I didn't get the concept of Tumblr and pictures, and I weren't really a pictures kind of person. So I was like, let me go on Blogspot and do blogs and just like talk about how I'm feeling or talk about like things I'm struggling with.
Sorry, off top. Is this a week?
Yeah.
It's late.
Thanks.
It's very late. I was looking at the thing. I couldn't even see the... Sorry, I'm shy. I'm shy.
And I just started talking about like my experiences in fitness, what I was struggling with, that kind of stuff. And then like, that's kind of where it stemmed from. And I remember it started January 2013. And I was like, Just Jean's journey.
Jeez.
Bare cringe. That's literally like where it started from. So like, I am chuffed to know that when I started again, I never envisioned being here. I didn't envision working with the brands that I'm working with. I didn't envision being like, people are like, I'm the face of Black UK fitness.
Done no.
But again, I'm not going to claim such a title because, bruv,
done no. Don't do that.
No.
Don't do that.
Okay, but
own that shit. Don't do that.
What I'm saying is, I didn't even to have that kind of like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that association.
I never.
That being your name is placed amongst prestige names. Like, your name sits with these names, not under, not to the left.
This is so cringe.
Bruv, no, I'm saying it sits. Like, it's like for myself, yeah. I went out the other day, and the way people are moving, I'm like, what's wrong with you, bro? Man are coming to me saying, bro, you're a legend. Like, legend for what? Move.
it's on my notes here. Can we talk on this? Because do you know when I deeped that like, because one of my questions is, how does it feel to know that you've created a legacy? When I say that, you need to understand that it's legacy. Do you know why? Because I can go to raves. Yeah. When the migraine scan came out in 2008.
09. Yeah, well, we went
Napa 08. So 2009, right?
09,
right, so 2009. So 2019, 2021, 22. So it's 13 years old, yeah? And Georgia is 11 years younger than me.
Nothing.
And Georgia can go out and hear migraine skank and they're partying to it. And then I can go to a wedding and at the wedding it's being shut. Every time I go out and I hear migraine skank, I record it, a video, because I'm like, oh my gosh, I know him. No, and it's like, no, and I say that because that's legacy, you know?
Thank you.
No, legitimately, it is. Like, it's legacy, and it's something to be very proud of because, like, you've created something that has stood the test of time in the United Kingdom. And it would be different if back then we had social media the way it is now. And obviously, we didn't have that stuff back then. We just had Facebook and MySpace. So the level it grew to, obviously, if it was to happen now, it would be a completely different ballgame, right? But even saying that, with what we had, you still were able to create something that is timeless, in my opinion, right? Like, I can see myself at 50 hearing migraine skank at my 50th birthday, and I'm going like dropping it low and doing the routine and putting my hands on my head. Like, I've never been somewhere and not seen people do it. And for me, it's not cringe. You know how some people like don't want to support or don't want to seem to be a fan? I'm a fan of the song. Jeez. I'm gonna put both my hands on my head and show you the migraine skank because I'm not too cool for that. Because if it was a Cardi B song and she's telling me to twerk for a Birkin, I'm a twerk for a Birkin. So, just, do you know what I mean? I'm just being honest. Like,
no, I'll make you right.
But I say that to say, I guess, how do I say this? Yeah,
just say it.
Because you know,
if it's raw, lock it off.
No, it's not. It's not raw. It's not
if it's
raw.
If it's raw, we lock it off.
It's not raw, but it can come across raw because.
How did it feel to only make that one?
It's like, not saying that you're a one-hit wonder, yeah, but like generally, because the song is so big, yeah, I feel like nothing you ever do, like, is it that nothing you ever do afterwards is going to live up to that expectation because people are always going to like box you to the guy that made Migraine Skank?
I think.
Do you get what I mean?
I think Migraine was bigger than Gracious.
Yeah.
That was one of the problems. So it was Mr. Migraine Skank. Now, it's Gracious K who made Migraine Skank. So mentally, I'm a lot easier.
Okay.
And I just think music for me is therapeutic. So I continue to release, but just maybe the systems I might use may not, you know. And I think before it used to bother me because it was like a gift and a curse. So the gift was, it was a song that was timeless and doing this thing. The curse was, it was a song that would exceed anything I was trying to do.
100%.
So it was like a catch-22. But I just feel like with everything I do, I start getting a little traction. And I'm like, okay, so when I put out that bad song, like, I don't realize how far it's traveling. But because I can't see it in front of me, I think it's not doing anything. But I honestly just think, yeah, if I keep it a buck with you, I don't have the same vim as when I did Migraine in terms of how I promoted it, how I hustled it and whatnot. So when it comes to like new stuff, I always felt like I just put it out and I know it's not going to exceed or live next to it or da-da-da-da. So I'm cool. I've already told myself it's there.
That's that stuff
yeah.
we were talking about before, by the way.
So I think it don't bother me because I guess I've made something that fits in with so many people's lives at some stage. And thank you for all the stuff you were saying because I'm trying to learn how to take compliments. I think, I don't know about any other community. I think black people don't know how to receive compliments.
Because a lot of the time, they're not genuine and they're hidden in either banter or For example,
But
like
that might mean we don't know how to give. Then.
so you see when people are like, "Oh, I'm trying to be like you, big man."
Yeah.
Like when we break it down, yeah, what does that really mean? Like because
I want to be lit like you, bro.
No, because I'm eating. No, because sometimes it's like it comes with the dumbest of things. So you're actually mocking because all I'm doing is eating jollof rice, and do you know what I mean? So it's like what? That's what I mean. Like a lot of the time, it's like it can be for the most minute things. So it comes across like it's shady or cheeky because really and truly, this isn't something that you can't attain. So,
but maybe they can't. Because not everyone has discipline. So they're trying to be like you. Like even when I was giving you compliments, your first thing was, this is cringe.
Yeah.
But it's like you're shy because you don't know how to receive compliments.
Yeah.
But it's not with a level of arrogance, but it's like, thank you, man. Like, bro, like that's really nice. But more it's like, oh, allow me. Like when people, like
100%.
I went like the other day, one guy was like, gracious. He stopped. It, like to a point where people are looking, it felt like coming to America. I can't believe it. I was like, okay.
This is the best day of my life.
I say, hey, guy, man, chill. And he's like, no, bro, like, you don't understand what he did for my life. Like, bro, he's showing me videos on his phone. I'm thinking, hey, chill, talk. But when I actually sat down and spoke with him, he was like, bro, like, I just don't feel like there's been another genre that has just made me feel alive. Like, he said funky I felt alive because I was a very shy person and that was the first time I didn't have to try and whine with a girl.
Yeah.
So he's like, you created a moment in time where I can dance face to face,
do you know
go
what?
down low, and it's okay.
Do you know what, yeah? See, Funky House for me, I think, anyway, you know me, I'm a grime kid, innit? So anything over, was it 120 beats per minute? Like anything around that, anything around there, I'm here for, right? So Funky House was just fun.
Facts.
And again, I'm not a girl who, I didn't particularly like whining with guys. All that stuff made me shy. And I'm tomboyish, I'm mandem. So Funky House, again, it's like, it just allowed me to dance and vibe and like, just have fun. Like, when people were like, they did like Funky House, I just think, who are you?
They weren't outside. They weren't like,
no, you
and
weren't.
the thing is, Funky House, right? Like, the epitome of Funky House was, all right, cool. This is why I'm in love with Amapiano, right? Because hip hop is a culture. Hip hop is the sneakers you wear, Jordans. You tie your laces, thing, and you wrap it around the old trainers around the wire at the top. Like hip hop is the way you wear your pants sag, not sag, but the way you wear your Avirex jackets or whatever, right? Funky is a culture in itself. You understand? So when we had Funky, it was like Iron Upper, Sun, Sea. Literally. Like jet skis, quad bikes, skanks, like uni rays, UH. Like
ganker.
it was a mad thing. Like we had uni house, it was a culture.
Yeah.
So every genre and piano is the reason why I love it is because when I look at the SA people, Pia is not just music. It's a way of life.
It's literally, okay, this is the thing, yeah. It's like you said, it's a culture. I'm talking it's attire, it's culture, it's bucket hats, it's whistles, it's the clothing that you wear, it's the trainers that you wear, it's going to raves and people are getting tattoos at the dance, like shisha. Like it's literally like...
It's like punk rock. It's literally like a new age punk rock.
It's literally in its own little bubble. And you know what I love, yeah? How they're so unapologetic with it, yeah? And what annoys me is everyone that has a lot of negative stuff to say about Amapiano, because it's not for you to like it, you don't have to understand it, right? And when I went to SA and I experienced Amapiano in the place it was birthed,
crazy, isn't it?
Fam, different level.
It must be crazy.
It's like
it's
not going to a rave and having people around that are like, oh, this music's annoying, turn it off now, or hearing like commercial stuff. You're literally in the home, in the heart, where these people it's injected in their veins. Do you know? You see, with me, yeah, I'm that person who like what I love is I'm very visual in it, so I can stand there. And sometimes it's a bit creepy, to be fair, because I'm too like, if I like watching people dance, I love watching people vibe. Like it really brings me joy. Like I get secondhand enjoyment from watching other people have fun. So when I'm there and I'm literally seeing like people get lit and they're very like, they're so friendly. Like if they see you vibes in, they're hype. Like the way they're hyping me and I'm like, please, I'm shy. You know what I mean? But they're just, I love it.
Because
Absolutely
don't
love
forget,
it.
like through things that have happened in their country and whatnot, and you know, coming out of poverty, and like there's so many parts that are still impoverished and whatnot. They have just birthed spirit.
Yeah,
like this is like resilience.
It's very spiritual though.
And this is why I keep saying, like, when I'm seeing people try and make the genre here, I'm like, you can hear you're not spiritually connected. So there was a producer I was working with and he was making a style called Guam. It's like, I think it's their version of grime, SA version. So I think he lived in SA for like a year, whatnot. He married a South African woman and he makes like, I'm a piano, but he wants to infuse his own style of what he's learned and whatnot. And I remember we was working together. He wanted to get me on it. I said, bro, it's impossible. They'll cane me. I ain't got time. And he was like, bro, come. And I was coming and spraying on it like it's funky. And he was like, yeah, you got to stop that. So he made me go away for like 6 months and say, yeah, just learn, bro, learn. And you realize that it's a spirit. It's not no. That's why when you, okay, our mutual friend.
Yeah.
When the rhythm comes on, she's swinging from the chandelier. It's like something takes over her. You understand what I'm saying?
I've witnessed it.
There's nothing. There's like, she's gone. There's nothing. You even look at her, you think, is it possession? Like what kind of? And she's like, where's my whistle? She's getting mad. Where's my whistle? Where's my whistle? And then it's like, that there is culture.
Yeah.
And this is what people are not understanding.
Yeah.
When you're seeing man them dance, gyrate hip, man them are do.
But you know what? I think it's like with everything else, isn't it? A lot of people didn't like Afro beats. A lot of non-Africans didn't like Afro beats when it first came out.
No,
right?
money
And now
follow you.
Everybody
Banana
is like,
follow you.
everybody, for me, when I'm going to Ghana and I'm seeing so many Caribbeans and non-Africans there, it's showing how eventually everyone catches up in it.
Yeah, because it's lit.
Do you know what I
Everyone
mean?
wants to be
So
African, isn't it?
the same with I'm a Piano. I'm just seeing it as, you know what, you lot are gonna jump on. Even my little sister, she gets it. Now before, when we was in Ghana last year,
It's rattling.
and I was onto it, she just was like, ugh.
Because it's just noise.
Now she's like, oh my gosh, she has a playlist. She's telling me her favorite I'm a Piano songs and like
Ghana
and whatnot.
December, watch. Like, I've already said, because my friend said to me, I'm a Piano artist going to fade out last year. I said, cool. This December, the December gone, popped. I said, watch this December because it's going to have a big summer. It's going to be the sound of the summer.
Yeah.
Like, even when, is it Sungba?
Sungba?
Yeah, that tune.
Yeah.
Asake, I think his name is. And the Burna tune, Adekunle Gold High.
This is the thing. It's all I'm a Piano inspired.
Yeah,
though.
so this is what I'm saying. So realistically, people don't even realize that it's like they're getting
That you
small
like
injections.
Amapiano.
Yeah, they're getting small injections.
You're getting,
They're getting small
you
injections.
like
They're getting small
Amapiano.
injections.
It's just because
It's in a palatable way that they can ingest
this is it. It's easily digestible, right? And that's the thing. So I say obviously I get it. Some people are like, oh, it's just noise. I'm like, do you know what? Yeah. Or like, you see with me, I can like the ones that have like lyrics. But me, I can handle an instrumental because you see the beat, it's that's what I'm listening to. Do you know what I mean? Whereas not everybody likes that. So I'm like, when you're listening to Sungba and stuff like that, right? Because it's got a chorus, it's catchy, you can sing along to it. You're not really taking in like the elements, the musical elements and stuff. So you don't feel like it's I'm a Piano, but it is. It is, bro.
100%.
So
and
everyone will get there.
You don't realise that when they're playing Adekunle Gold High and David, people are not deep in.
Just I'm a Piano.
Yeah. Like it's
their
essence
version,
and elements and whatnot.
Yeah.
So I feel like everyone learns at the pace and, you know, the position when they come to. And I think everyone will catch on. But I just say it gives me the same almost reminiscent culture of funky. Where it's just a vibe. Like it's just a dance thing. And I like the idea that it has this kind of this sexual intense, I don't know, like but it's not sleazy.
Yeah.
It's like this, hey, let me do my little, you understand? My little gyrate, small, my little do, and give it, you know what I'm saying? So this summer, I think I'm a Piano will be another mad thing.
100%. It will.
December,
like,
another mad thing.
It's getting put in places where people are going to have to take it in. Like they're doing, what's it called, Afro Nation. Like,
piano, cello, all this stuff. It's lit.
So literally, buckle on, guys, because we going to have a bumpy ride.
Yeah, I just feel like people need to understand that they might not be able to take an hour of it, but they couldn't take an hour of funky at one point.
Yeah.
And then there was a point where we was having funky house raves. So
no, of course, me anyway. You know me. I'm wherever the music flows. You know.
You're
You know.
looking at your topic.
Yeah. So
Okay,
no.
agendas.
Don't worry, man. No, whatever. Okay. So, Oloni's tweeted this tweet, about your husband is not in the UK.
Try it.
And obviously, I feel like most people getting their feelings about it were men, right? Like most of the people like having something negative to say. Do you want charger? You can use this one, to be fair. Most of the people who had negative stuff to say about what she said were men.
Yeah.
So how does that feel for you as a man who is from the UK that people think you lot aren't it?
I don't care, man. You know what is it?
Talk your shit.
It's harder for me because I'm lit. So,
sorry.
Yeah, I'm saying in terms of I don't care. Like, basically, I feel like we're in a time in life where people are just responding to each other. Like, everyone's just vexed and everyone's just responding. Like, you have women who are saying, if a man doesn't do all of this, I'm not interested. And men are responding. If you notice, men have never spoken so much,
Yeah.
Like, men used to just be seen and not heard.
Getting drawn out.
Men just used to build things. Like, they used to use their two hands. That's why you see so many women who are saying, God, is this the men you've sent for us? The men you sent to build arcs are making spaces and arguing.
Yeah.
But the men they seem to just be responding because they're triggered. And there's vex,
so
isn't it?
That's the thing though. If you're triggered, it means there's some truth. My thing is, you can only get triggered if there's truth to what is being said, in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
So if you, otherwise, why are you triggered?
Yeah. Personally, I don't disagree.
With
I don't disagree.
Opinion from a stranger.
Yeah, I don't disagree.
So
I make you right.
If you're, do you know what I mean? You're rattled.
I make you right because if I say something on the TL and somebody leaps to come in and beef me, so this is just done something to you.
Literally, these times I'm not even talking about you, but if the shoe fits, right?
You know what? I think the man them though are at a place where they feel like they're tired of being dissed or being painted with the same negative one brush. It's like all the women have one brush and they seem to be painting all the man them with them. So
do you know what it is? It's just because
they're doing hula hoops to say, not me, I'm not one of them.
The thing is, it's because as a collective, we all have very, very similar experiences and they all keep pointing into the same group. So when we have our conversations and when we're in these spaces or whatever, we all have gone through the same things with the same group of people. So we're gonna start generalizing.
So
and
is there any accountability on you guys?
No, you see, with me, I think me being Gina, I'm very self-aware. I hold my hands up, and I'm someone who can take accountability.
Right.
I won't make excuse. I won't. Do you know what I mean? Like, I used to get defensive.
Is this you as an individual? Because I think Black people as individuals are exceptional. I think when we get together as a collective, there's some mazzoline that goes on.
Yes, but I feel like in a collective, I'm the same. I think when I have conversations on the pods or like with groups and stuff, I will never side with the majority because I want to side with the majority. If I don't agree, I will say I don't agree, or I'll be like, do you know what I mean? Like, I will definitely pull my people up and hold them accountable.
I love that for you.
In my friendship groups though, like I feel like, to be fair, with my friendship groups though, like, we're not yes men. We don't, you know what I mean? Like, we pull each other up. Like, if something's not, if I feel like you've moved mad, I'll be like, I'm not gonna lie, you moved a bit mad. That
wasn't good.
Yeah, and vice versa. I want you to do the same with me. And when you do the same with me, I might be in my feelings and get a little defensive, but I'll hear it because I'd rather be criticised and I'd rather constructive criticism.
Okay.
On how I can be better.
Okay.
Or how I could have handled the situation better than you just tell me what you think I want to hear because you don't want to offend me or, you know what I mean? But I do feel like before I never used to, people used to say, oh, your man's not here, yeah? I did used to think, I didn't subscribe to that narrative before. I didn't. But I can see how one might come to that viewpoint in feeling like, their person is not here. I say that because of like cultural differences and I guess what it is that you're after and how the people around you are. For example, yeah. No, hear me out, right?
No, I'm saying I don't disagree.
There is the type of woman who wants quote unquote soft life,
to be
right?
kept woman.
Kept woman, right? So if you are a person who wants to be a kept woman,
and the niggas in the UK,
that stuff is not happening. From her dear, you and I both know.
Wow.
Chale Nkoye, right? It's like now.
Honestly, ND 50-50.
This is it. So if you go to a place where
I should pay on the first date,
that stuff is common. This is what I'm saying because hear me out, yeah. You see in Africa, they're not arguing. Men and women are not arguing on public spaces about who should be who should pay on the first date.
In Ghana, yeah, me and this lady was at a restaurant and the bill came and she was like she wanted to see it just to see. The woman froze and said no. She goes, no, please. She wouldn't give it to her.
But when you go out in Ghana, like let's say it's a man and a woman sitting, naturally the
waiter
is going to give it to, they will never give it to the woman.
That's why when the woman asked, she was like, no, please. But she was like, no, I just want to see it. She was no, please. I said, no. And then when I took it, you let her see it, but it's centered around that kind of culture.
That's what I'm saying.
In Ghana, right? Just Africa on alone. A group of girls out, they've eaten, drinks. Let's use Kozo. Do you know how many times your bill gets cleared?
Yeah.
No sleaziness, no nothing. Oh, your bill's been taken care of. Who buy? It's done.
That stems from a place of sleaziness, though.
Eventually, but not everyone does it though. Some people, like in more time when you're in these spaces, some people just pattern it and go. But they might meet you later. Like they might see you later in twists. And then, like, eyes, yeah. You know what I mean? Everyone has their method. Ghana's small.
But it does stem from a place of... You're not just...
time.
Bro, you're not paying for my... You're not paying...
Of course I am.
Because you're a nice guy.
I'm chivalrous, you know?
No, what we're not doing...
I'm chivalrous.
What we're not going to do...
Is this gaslighting?
Yes.
Oh, I learned that the other day.
Yeah, because we're not doing that.
I was listening to Spaces.
You and I both know...
Spaces.
You and I both know that a man is not paying for... You don't know
me.
You don't know me from Adam.
It depends. No, why?
You don't know me from Adam.
You know why?
You've never met me before. Hold on. I'm with my girls.
Yeah. I've come out.
Yeah.
And there's times where I've seen you and your girls' litness, yeah? And then I might be speaking to someone, just catching up, whatever, and you be like, oh, it's my birthday. I'll be like, swear? I'll get you lot around the shots and gone. Done.
But that's different.
But I'll meet you again.
That's fine, but that's different, Lance. I'm talking about...
I don't know you.
Yeah, but that's different. No, but with that one, the reason why I'm not seeing it as is sleazy is because it's based on...
Dialogue.
Right. Oh, it's your birthday. So it comes as, oh, this is just happy birthday.
So you and your girls in Kozo.
Yeah.
You come to pay your bill.
Yeah.
£250 English.
Yeah.
The bill's been taken care of. You look over.
Yeah.
You see a future hat. Walking off, beard, this.
I'm not thinking that he done that because I'm not thinking he's done that out of the goodness of his heart.
So you think there's something I want?
Yes, 100%.
Is this you being toxic?
No, it's not me being toxic.
Is this misandry? Hold on, let me Google. I've been learning words. You know.
Men and women are mostly transactional.
Hold on. Let me Google misandry.
While you do that, I'm going to the toilet. Hold on. That one I'm not buying. You know you're...
No. This isn't is misandry the female version of misogyny? Because I've been Googling. I don't want to disgrace myself because they'll open space about me.
Of course, you're tuned in to me. It's after 7. Right now, it's time for a word from our sponsor.
The fact that everyone can see me on this camera and really going to Google this thing is even a disgrace. Hey. Okay, so misandry is the hatred of contempt for or prejudice against men. Hey, ready? It is the asymmetrical counterpart of misogyny. Oh. Sorry, guys. Maybe we shouldn't use this word. Wow. Right. So the main thing is, guys, there's guys out here who can just be nice to you. Yeah. Let's not all put them in one bracket. We're not gonna put them all in one bracket because there's guys who can be nice to you.
Okay. So as I was saying, let's be honest. 9 times out of 10, a guy is not offering me anything without anything in return. It's very rare. It's never happened to me. I've never been out and a guy has just... Like, you can buy me a drink, fair enough, yeah? And it could just be you saw me at the bar, what are you drinking? You buy me a drink and that's cool. And to be honest, 9 times out of 10, I won't even accept it.
Your throat was dry.
Because in my head, you want something in return. That's just instantly how I'm thinking, right?
Is that how do I say this? Is that a poor way, or is that a preconceived judgment of men by the standard of men you've been around and engaged with? Because I'm saying that is already, I'm not gonna accept kindness from you because I feel like you want something back from me. Okay,
so in my head, I see most interactions as transactional.
Yeah.
That's not all across the board,
of course,
but that's just how my mind is going to lead. So with me accepting your drink, this is going to result in either you want my number, or do you know what I mean?
So do you think dinner's transactional? Because there's guys who think if I take your Hakkasan, you should give me pumps.
There you go. Transactional.
But it's food.
The thing is, my thing is, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be.
But
I don't think it should
most
be.
cases it is.
But in most cases it is, right? So if I'm out with my girls, it happened in Ghana, we're out now, and we're at front back. And what's it called? And it always is, excuse me, please, madam, my boss. It's every day.
Hey, my boss, real G.
And then we're there, and then like she's like, oh, my boss said that you should come over. So I'm just like, oh no, tell him it's okay. And then these are looking at me like, sis, my feet are hurted. Let's just go sit on the table. And I'm like, no, this is long because I'm the one who's going to have to do the entertaining, yeah? So they're like, gee, it's not that deep, yeah? Let's just go. So I'm forced against my will. I'm dragging my feet. We go and sit down. Who's the one that has to do the conversation? Me. But I'm just literally sitting there. I get a kick under the table, talk. I'm like, bro, I don't do this. My friends like talk. And I'm like, so she's talking, oh, what's your name? What'd you do? She's just being friendly, innit? But obviously for her, he's not asked for her. So she can do all of this stuff and it's fine, innit? He's not going to ask for her number when we leave. Yeah? He's going to guess whose number he's going to want afterwards. Mine. Precisely my point. But she's there. He's like, oh, what do you want to drink? I'm like, I'm okay, thank you. She's like, no, she'll have a porn star martini. I'm like, look at that. Look at this.
You know what? Everyone, there's a culture of women who want soft life. And it is what it is.
Literally, but I feel like I've even like digressed. But what I was saying was,
your man might not be.
If there's, I don't think there's anything wrong with that statement in saying that your man might not be here. I think.
What is the statement? What did she say?
She said your man is not in the UK, right?
What else?
That was it. That was just it.
So
your man's not in the UK.
I thought the statement, they made it come across like it was cheeky.
Because obviously it's like, oh,
from her.
And a lot of people in the comments are like, a lot of people says the girl with no husband, or says like everyone's just got something.
Yeah, but she could have husband offline.
This is it. The thing is, obviously, her comment has triggered people that are from the UK because obviously they're triggered in it because they feel like they're somebody's. So it's like, how dare you say that? Like, basically, in essence, it reads UK guys are shit.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying.
In essence, what
your wife could not be in the UK.
Of course,
like you can go to Ghana and get a softer life. You can get someone who's actually gonna, take care of you to a degree, and you take care of her. Because some degrees, relationships, there's roles, no matter what people want to say. And people you can be fluid based on how, the 21st century is and what you're doing. But there's roles, innit? There's shit you're doing and there's shit I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then we're working together to build something. Yeah. So if a lot of the guys are speaking to women in the UK who don't subscribe to that, they might believe my woman's not in the UK.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, there's women who want soft life. Soft life is not in this UK. In this UK, it's hard back. We're going to take a marker and mark down everything I've spent and you give me my change in that life.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's you go Ghana and a lot of women go Africa and they say, why should I come and have these debates about who pays when you've got men who treat me like this? Granted, not all the men are lit in terms of facially.
Of course.
But people make provisions, innit? You make sacrifice.
Basically, I was going to say, you have to pick your poison.
Yeah, you make sacrifice. You can get a chung boy.
Because also with quote unquote soft life over there, it comes with, there's a manual and there's a rule of life that you have to subscribe to. So if you're on subscribing to that rule and living that way, then by all means go do your thing, innit?
Yeah.
So it is entirely up to you. But on that topic, I need to read something that I read the other day that rattled me to my core. Whether it's real or not.
Not the core.
No. Whether it's real or not, I don't care, because this story in general, is a rattler. And the reason why it rattled me is because I feel like in like back home, this probably is a lot more common than we think.
Okay.
Yeah. It's long. So it says, "Sir, I think I might have had sex with a ritualist.
Chai.
I met this Lebanese man at Bondi restaurant or Sue. I was there with some friends. He paid our bill and drove us home. A couple of days later, he asked that we have dinner together in his house and I agreed. I thought we might end up having sex because even before he invited me for dinner, he had sent me 3,000 Ghana cedis the previous day. While we were eating, he asked if I was on my period and I said no. Again, he asked for the date it will come and I said it comes around the 4th to the 7th of every month. I asked him why he was asking me such weird questions, but he said it was because he hates condoms and doesn't want to get me pregnant, so he wants to know if I am safe. I told him I was safe, but he still didn't touch me. On the 6th of that month, he sent me another 5,000 Ghana cedis and asked me to come to his place the next day, the 7th of April, for a surprise, and I did. He gave me an iPhone 12. I was super excited because I was using an iPhone 7 Plus. And after chatting for a while, he started touching me, but I refused to do anything with him because I was on my period. He managed to convince me into allowing him to have his way with me. He said it was normal and he doesn't want to get me pregnant, so the best time we can have sex is when I'm flowing. When we finished, he gave me a pad and he said it's what they use in Lebanon and that it is safe and even better than what they use in Ghana. He took my old pad and placed it in the bin in his bedroom and said the house help will sort it out. I didn't experience anything when I got home. I woke up fine the next day and the next day till I finished my period. That was when my whole vagina began to itch. At first, I was scratching it, but I had to stop because it was becoming sore and thought it was due to the scratching. By the next day, my whole region had become sore with boils in some parts. The place started smelling offensively, so I went to the pharmacy to buy drugs. I woke up the following day and all the itching and boils were gone except the sore and smell. I thought the drugs were working all right, but later that afternoon, I started bleeding. It's been over a week and I'm still bleeding. I was at the hospital the whole of last week. I've bought drugs, but it doesn't seem to be okay. I've called this man several times, but his number is no longer going through. I haven't heard from him since I left his place that day. I went there on the Saturday and his house help said that he travelled back to Lebanon. I need help, sir. So she's obviously written this to like a blog or like a person. I don't know who to tell about this. I'm dying gradually. I feel weaker as the days go by. The bleeding isn't stopping and I'm losing blood. I'm scared that this is spiritual. Please post for me. I'll be reading the comments for help. Thank you, please. Please, if you can recommend any advice for me, let me know. Then the next post from the guy who posted it says, sad to announce that the demise of the lady who met the Lebanese man at Bondi restaurant, she died some weeks ago. Thanks to all who contributed to saving her life, just as much as it serves as a lesson to all of us, the will of the Lord cannot be interrupted. So I read this and I know it was long. Was you listening? Are you sure you was listening? Because you was on your phone swiping. So I don't know if you really took in the severity of what I was talking about.
She had sex with the devil. Devil's spawn.
Basically. So when I read it, it rattled me because the reason why I say it probably happens quite often is because obviously, again, transactional. See what I was saying, yeah? A man has come, he's paid for you lot's bill and he's taking you lot home. Like, that's normal in a sense where men with power and money in Africa do that, right? Because they can. But obviously, he liked her, asked her for dinner, whatnot. And I guess when he starts sending you money and stuff, you're blinded by the lights and you forget yourself. But big man, you see the red flag, yeah, for me, was when he started asking you questions about when is your menses? Like when like why do you need to know the intricate details of when I'm on my period?
When is code red coming?
Also, I I don't give a heck
I don't like doms.
who you are. You cannot convince me
I don't like doms.
to be on my. I'm not judging her,
So
and I don't want it to come across like I am. But this
slept,
whole thing,
he slept with her
and
on her
use
reds,
yeah,
with no dom.
Yep.
And done blood magic.
That's
blood
what.
ritual.
That's how I'm seeing it. And obviously, he took her pads, the one that she was wearing originally, and gave her another one. So he's obviously done something with her.
So she didn't want to start speaking in tongues at that point.
Charlie.
But don't forget, you know what is it? Like, a lot of people do heinous things for money.
I was gonna say I'm speaking from a place of privilege. So, and I'm very mindful of that. So I need
but it might never be privilege, you know. Like, a lot of people just love money. Like, the love of money, it really is the root of all evil. Like, there's people who are traveling to places.
Are you gonna come?
No. I'm just saying, like, not because that's no, because that's
somebody's mouth.
No, because that's naive, innit? It's ignorant to say, because, you know, to go to that country is 4 bills, innit? So there's people who go out there, but there is people who go out there.
No, I think
and they get 25 bags.
I think,
and a Mazzoline happens.
No, the thing is, I definitely believe that people are getting shut in their mouth.
No, it's not. I believe it's a fact.
It's facts, right? But I don't believe that. I don't think it's fair that now there's this whole thing of tarnishing every girl who's gone to Dubai to say that that's why.
Yeah, but if you see it, that's because people don't like influencers. Like, in America, influencer is a job. In the UK, influencer is still a dirty word.
Yeah.
Our influencers don't want to be called influencers.
Yeah.
In America, like,
it's true. I don't like the word.
One of the biggest black influencers is Jackie. Is it Jackie Aina?
Yeah.
Like, or Jackie Aina. I don't want to get her name wrong, please. So she's one of the biggest black influencers. In terms of, like, what she's really doing out here, numbers wise, money she's making, you can't chat to her. Like, she's really out here. I think her and her fiance, they got the candle line. Don't piss her off.
Yeah.
And they make their shit work. So I think here, that name is still a bit dirty. Like, so when people hear influencer, they're trying to just rubbish them in any way they can.
Also, again, a lot of it stems from you lot, though.
What, the boys?
Men.
You think so?
Yeah.
No. Because women hate on women, you know.
Women do hate
badly.
On
because women are doing what you want to do.
We do. Women hate on women, yeah? See how I said we? Myself, like, accountability, right? But I do feel like a lot of people who don't rate influencers are men.
Okay. Yeah, fine.
In terms of, like, would you just take pictures? Like they talk down on what it takes to be an influencer. The reason why I say that is because generally speaking, most girls who, like, get ready to go out, you understand like the extent, like you understand how long it takes, you understand the effort that goes behind it, innit? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't consider myself an influencer, but I get given that title, you're a fitness influencer. Cool. But I understand, like, if I'm going out on a night out, the effort and energy it takes and the process. So I'm never going to look at another influencer and be like, it's easy. You just take nice pictures. It's not as easy as that. It's not as simple. Do you know what I mean? Like, I get it. I feel like it's people who don't, men, y'all, you all, you lot.
You know why I find it hard? Because some things I see, I think it's a bit stupid.
Like what?
Like, just like we were talking about who pays on the first date. I don't get why that's a conversation. Like, shit like that. Like,
But what's that got to do with influencers?
No, because what I'm saying is there's things I see online that I don't think is a sensible combo. So when you can see people hating on influencers, or i.e. men, yeah, I don't get why. Like, it's shit. Like, what are you upset about them on? Do you get what I mean? Like,
the privilege, maybe.
Yeah, but you can. Well, I did ask. Do we have male influencers?
Because a lot of it, a lot of it stems from pretty privilege.
Yeah, but that's generally
speaking, of course.
Like, see, I think this is what pisses me off, right? Like, I think, the patriarchy and everyone's trying to abolish this thing and whatnot, yeah. I feel as though people benefit from it in whatever way it suits them. But they want to abolish things that doesn't suit them.
100%. Let's for example, we want to talk, like, this is like, everyone wants.
Have you been Miami? Sorry.
In
Was he buff then?
No, Lars, because that's why I'm laughing, because that's when we had the story of Not Tonight ladies. We got rejected, bruv.
Right.
We got told we couldn't come into the dance.
It's rough.
Yeah, and then the girls behind us.
Yeah, it's rough.
And who was it that was saying, and we were obviously saying it's a colorist thing, right?
Yeah.
And my friend was like, who was it the other day was like, it's not about, how do you not know? It's because you lot just generally weren't buff. Not because you're dark skinned. It just might have been you lot were clapped. And the girls behind you, although they were light skinned, they were pretty.
Yeah, like if
and I'm like, don't reduce my experience.
If you go Miami now and you go how you're going,
yeah,
you're 100% getting in. But the bouncers actually look and they say, y'all come. They
Lance,
pick people out.
He said,
rough,
do you know what he said? Not tonight,
ladies.
ladies.
Yeah, they say, this one.
Excuse me?
They said, Charlie, over there.
I'm somebody's daughter, you know.
I say, hey, when you fair.
My British accent couldn't save me that
I
day.
say, my mate, not tonight. And they'll pick someone out. So I'm saying like, pretty privilege and stuff like that happens, right?
Yeah.
Just like there's things that men benefit from. Like, you benefit from just being a man. Like,
100%.
it is what it is, isn't it? Like men tend to be naive and act like, is it fetished? Is that the word? Is it fetish?
But you're not fetishized.
Or fetishized. Like being dark skinned is lit. Like, once was growing up, it was being light skinned. You know, you had the Chris Browns and whatnot. Now, being dark skin's always been a kind of thing. Being a dark skinned black woman hasn't always been a kind of thing. You understand? Now, people make it this weird thing where it's like, my Nubian queen. They say empress. They do too much. They do bears. Empress. Yeah, you know them dons that eat fruit and shit like that. Them weird, them brothers. You know what I'm saying?
I cannot.
Like, there's guys who just, you know what I mean, do the most and whatnot. But I'm saying, like, sometimes I feel like people can be naive and pretty privilege exists. Benefits to men exist. More benefits to women exist. More benefits to men exist. And I just feel like everyone is trying to, you know, pick the parts they like and then eradicate the parts that don't serve them. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, your wife or your husband might not be in the UK because there's so much world to explore.
Yeah, that's true.
Your wife might be in the Philippines. Your husband might be in the States.
Kina Faso, bro.
I lie. Like, I got friends who've been dating Southern African women, Zim women. Like, I've got, and they're like, oh, or they're dating East African women, right? He's saying to me, bro, the way they treat their men. I'm done with West Africa. I'm done. He goes, as long as you can, you know, provide a stable household unit, they will come with the king vibe. There's no anything like, you know what I'm saying?
So he's saying that West African women don't treat their men like
He
kings.
is. He
generally believes
genuinely the multitude of West African women he's dated, he thinks there is a problem stems back from age-old times that West African women are too fixated on money and what they can get from a man rather than what they can also pour into one. So he feels like he's on a ticking time bomb that it's all about money. Provide. And he said, I'm more than willing to, but the West African women I've dated, and he tries not to generalize, so he just says his experience, they don't tend to care about him. They're just, when you listen to the tone, it's all about find a rich man, as opposed to, how can I help you, bro, too? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? You're bringing the bread and da-da-da-da. How can we do this? You know what I'm saying?
I hear what he's saying, but I feel like that goes way back into time, though, because
that's what he's saying.
When you think about it, like, the man's role back in, like, tradition was to provide, innit? And the woman's role was to serve or to be the mother.
Nah, shit's changing because they don't want to serve.
I think it just depends on you as a person, right? Because you can still meet certain people who, like, subscribe to those values.
Nah, you know what? I'm lying. Everyone's lying, you know.
That what?
Like, everyone is talking all this shit, yeah. They meet the rap brother, they're cooking, cleaning, and spinning on their head.
You see me? That's why I'm saying I've never been one to say that I'm not cooking and cleaning because I'm cooking.
Everyone's lying.
Fam, you see me? But for me, it's because I generally actually like doing that stuff. So,
yeah.
And maybe it's because I was programmed to think that I like it and maybe I don't realistically. But naturally, as a person, that is how I am. So
a man's purpose is in his hands. A man's purpose is to work. If you notice, when a man is not working, he doesn't know what's going on in life. He feels like shit. He's not got no dough. When you ain't got no money coming in, the capacity to function isn't at its highest level. If I come and meet your dad tomorrow and the first question is do you work? Yes, pa. How much do you make? I make 20,000. Okay, we'll help elevate it. But you work. So you're not adverse to hard work. You're not adverse to routine. You're not adverse to some form of stability. Like a person who is just showman and doesn't wanna okay, I do music, let's say, yeah. But I got a 9 to 5 to make sure the bills were sustained. For a long period of time, I wasn't doing that. Because I'm just doing bits here and there. But the stability and the comfortability that comes with having a 9 to 5, and every month at this point, the money goes boom. You understand? And then everything else you make funds your dream and whatnot. It's nice. It's great. So Dr. Miles Monroe said, to work is to be a man. Don't come to my house, you ain't got no job. Because my kid is not going nowhere. What are you going to do? What shaka? Love doesn't pay the bills, Charlie.
See, this is the thing, right? And I don't think, love doesn't pay the bills, innit? So you can love me all you want, yeah, but if that's not paying the bills, then where do we go from here? I'm saying this because, you know, this whole, they just want money, right? I don't think that's the case, but
there's nothing wrong with that, though.
No, but I think it's about...
It's just how you package it.
And it's also about, I guess, what certain women view as masculine. And do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Because do you know what I find really interesting? Yeah. Because I don't know what other cultures are like.
Yeah.
But I feel like in most Ghanaian households, maybe not so much, but just generally thinking about it, yeah, the women work harder than the men.
Yeah.
So
in most Ghanaian households, the women are the hustlers.
This is the point I'm making. So that's why I'm saying, see your friends' opinion. I'm not discrediting how he feels and stuff here, but like, I feel like it slightly is on a case by case, because if we're looking at tradition, yeah, like.
But do you hustle and give me some?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Why not?
But
and your mother,
you're last of a dying breed.
Your mother, our
mums used to take care of our dads, you know. Our dads would wear suit that the mums basically bought.
I'm saying, yeah, my mum took care of the house. Like, she did her thing. No, so like, do you get what I'm trying to say? Even when I go back to Ghana and I'm looking at like my family dynamics, yeah, I have uncles who omun yeshwe, like literally, yeah, omun yeshwe.
Uncle.
Wake up in the morning and osnaho or straight to Evie. Do you know what I mean? She's got up early in the morning and she's going to ride her shift and come home. And then when she come home, guess what she's doing? She's cooking. And that's the norm. And that's why I'm saying, like, as much as there is this thing of being the provider, I feel like that kind of skipped Ghanaians, bro. Because generally speaking, even when you go to the marketplace, yeah, when you go to Makola Market, any market in Ghana, who do you see there that is busting their ass off riding the shift? Women. Yeah, from like 6 in the morning. 5 in the morning.
You know what I will say though, yeah?
Go on, proceed. Not all.
I'm saying
but
basically.
I'm just saying I've noticed within.
There is a large demographic of Ghanaian men who are married to their mum. Being married to your mum,
which is why a lot of you.
So being married to your mum gives you a soft life. Yeah? A lot of Ghanaian boys don't really need to do shit. Like, a lot of them can't cook, clean, they're not domesticated. Yeah, because they're married to their mum. That's why their mum doesn't like any woman they bring.
And the thing is,
because they're spoiled. Their mum's in competition.
I've witnessed
and
it. The mum's competing with
100%. 100%. That's why a lot of Ghanaian boys are quite laid back. They have no aggression. They have no capacity to go out and push and do this and do that because they've led a very sheltered life.
And then when your Ghanaian girls are now going for Nigerians, you lot are getting your feelings about Ghanaian girls sisters, don't like Ghanaian. But do you understand though?
Of course, but this is what I'm saying. I'm very self-aware. Okay. So it's all right. So hence why I get a lot of people say you don't act Ghanaian. And I'm like, it probably is because all my closest friends are Nigerian. So I've always been taught that idea of agree now, figure it out after. And that's a very Niger way. So there's been jobs I've offered. I'm not qualified, but I'm going to Google how to become qualified. So I now know how to be an electrician, plumber, like whatever you want to do. So I do think the laid back attitude that I used to once have and subscribe to as a Ghanaian guy has lost me opportunities. You understand? Because I was easy in it.
I'm so proud of your
yeah,
growth because
shit used to come easy to me to a degree, and I used to be just chilling. That's why sometimes some situations may have not gone how I needed it to go because I was Vimless. And then when Vim kicked in,
too late.
Yeah, but to be fair, some people are mad in this life. Like some situations are mad. How things work out is mad. But I do think, yeah, definitely. Like a lot of the Ghanaian men I've seen, maybe, I don't know about this generation, I don't know, they're a bit different. But a lot of them I've seen, it's like, yeah, it's like they're married to their marge. Like their mum has led this thing where it's like, oh, he likes it this way. No, he prefers it this way. It's like, okay, he likes it the way I'm going to give it to him. Because I'm going to be his wife. I'm in the bed with him. Like, it almost makes you want to be rude.
And this is the thing, right?
Like,
and
go in the
also,
bed with him,
if you don't put your foot down, the men, if you don't put your foot down and also establish boundaries, that's where it causes problems in your relationship because ultimately, I didn't marry you.
But it's my mum though.
I didn't marry you to be married to your mum.
But it's my mum though.
Okay.
Like Gina, it's my mum though, man.
Marry your mum then.
You're being silly. It's my mum. I'm going to say to her mum, you're being unreasonable. Gina's my mum. What she done for me is and then already it's shag. It's garbage.
The thing is, I hear that. I really do. Maybe it's because...
Yeah, because you girls got too much vim, bruv.
It's not even about having... It's not.
Hey, tell your mum.
It's not about having too much vim, but it's like everyone wants to have a place in it. Everyone wants to feel needed.
Of course.
Vice versa, men and women.
Course,
if you feel like a woman doesn't need you, what does that do for your you know what I mean? Your role in the relationship.
Of
like
course.
no one wants to be with someone that they feel they don't need.
Of course.
I'm not saying that you should even need someone. You should want, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, so essentially it's like if your mum is there fulfilling my role as a wife,
What am I there for?
then why am I there?
Yeah, so
And if
you see,
if
like
you
this,
can't, and if you
in Ghanaian
can't-
households, you're the mum. Then you.
Yeah, that's what's mad. Because I feel like once you're married,
Yeah, but that's the common sense. That's the common sense.
Once you are married, it's like, okay, and it's not about this. It's not even about like cutting off ties with your mum because no one would ever want you to do that.
But some Ghanaian mums don't understand that, you know, she's now my wife.
Also, do you know what it is? It's because they've had bad relationships with men.
Okay.
So what they do, mothers, what they do is they are in relationships with their sons and they use their sons to fulfill that void.
Lifestyle.
They use it to fulfill the void that they never got from the partner. So that's it's the. Do you know what I mean? It's just the other side of the coin. They're doing the same thing rather than seeing as, okay, cool. You know what? My son is now married.
Let me step back.
Let me step back. He's married. This is kind of what I've not raised him for, but do you understand what I mean? It's how it's meant to go. Instead, chinchina, because you're lonely, you haven't got a man there. You want to have him under your breast. Man's 30. Let him go, bruv. He should no longer be on your tip.
It's true though, like, because my mum was always like, you need to be a man. Like in this life, like she's very much of that generation. Money is blood, you understand? It's a Kaya Moja. So like with no money, no life. Like go out, make dough, be a boss, and like take care of your family. Marriage and kids, that's a sign of wealth. Don't be a useless man. That's why she taught me how to cook. Like she taught me how to clean, just take care of myself. Because she's like, at one point, a lot of Ghanaian men cannot do anything. So when the woman is angry with them, they're finished.
Fam. Do you know what I used to watch my mum do every morning?
Yeah, it's rough.
She would go to work,
Yeah, it's rough.
And she would wake up every morning and make his breakfast and leave it in the microwave and go to work.
Privileged life.
Every day.
But that's even probably why Nigel are blowing you.
Every day. And I'm like, and I just used to watch in awe, even if they're beefing and they're not talking. She's not, my mum was never we're not talking, so F him.
Yeah.
She'll still do it.
But you know what? That's routine. It's unconditional love, whatnot. But I just felt like the men don't reciprocate that kind of vim back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I just felt like with Ghanaian guys, that laid back attitude can lose them opportunities in everything. Forget like the banter aside, the relationship with your margin, whatever. Like even just that laid back, things come to you, can lose your opportunities. In this life, you need to be aggressive. Like you need to go for what you want. Like when you go to Nigeria is a whole different ball game. It's like it's fast. Like when you go Ghana, it's slow.
Chale.
I'm waiting 20 minutes for you to bring something, and now I finished my food. Take it back.
There is no sense of urgency there, but I guess unfortunately that's not going to change. In it, Ghanaians are Ghanaians. We are who we are. It is what it is.
Yeah.
And obviously, our generation, because we're not on the continent, we have that. Balance. But obviously, a lot of it can be taught and inherited from what you've seen and witnessed.
It's gonna get lit though. Like if you look at it right now, if you look at like Ghana on a whole, like just like from what it was 10 years ago, 20 years ago, people was going to Ghana in 2013 and whatnot.
Bro, I went in 2012.
Yeah, it weren't.
And it was lit.
Yeah, it weren't what it is now in terms of just the different types of people that are coming. And so now, in the next 10 years, 20 years, it's just gonna get faster and better, and then we'll just be like, hey, when we was kids, that and what we used to see.
Like lucky you finally managed to get these lot to have fire up their arse.
Yeah, I think there's hope for Ghanaian guys, isn't it? Because
the thing is, you lot aren't written off though.
Nah, you know what it is, yeah? There's people who've given the man them bad reputation. So
yeah, but if I'm honest, I feel like that's with everyone though. Come on.
No, but
no one's got a
I'd rather be a Yoruba demon.
I was about to say, you've got Yoruba demons. I'd
rather be a Yoruba demon than a tight Ghanaian.
Oh, chisel.
That's insanity. Like, tight. Like, Ghanaians are now saying Ghanaians are not tight, they're selective. If they like you, they splurge. Like, Ghanaians, like, I've been told that with the Niger lot, they splurge on anyone.
Yeah.
If you're ugly, lit, whatever, let's just enjoy.
It's a
let's just enjoy. Like, let's just enjoy, baby. Hey, come dance with me. Let's enjoy. Ghanaians, like, majority of women I speak to, they've never met a tight Ghanaian that they dated. They've never met, even if he's not broke, he's been generous. He's been kind. He's just doing what he's doing. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what? Yeah. I do this a lot though.
The ones that are stiff.
I've obviously spoke about chisel Ghanaians for time, and I always do this. And I know, and to be honest, it's more from a place of banner, because if I'm being honest with myself, my personal experiences, I haven't, even like my friends and stuff, like people I'm around, when I just come and I was there for 4 months, I wasn't dealing with chisel people.
There's not, you know what? I wish like I could make like bears of me and just.
Oh, get over yourself.
No, I mean in a way like to just like spread knowledge.
Bears of you.
Yeah, I mean like if I could put myself in different corners of
you just got here informed.
I mean different corners of the world to basically give this new revelation that I've adopted.
So how did you get here? Because obviously I've known your ass for a very long time.
How did I get here?
And you now, I guess obviously age is one thing, life experiences and stuff, but you've definitely done a 180 in terms of the Lance I grew up with to the Lance that is now. Because
how did I get here? Life, man. Like I feel like life will break you down, and you can live a sheltered life and be naive, and you start to kind of understand you're missing opportunity. So why do I keep missing opportunity? Like I had a constant cycle of, okay, we really like your CV, but on this opportunity, we're going to go with someone else. I had that for years, to a point where I sat down, I'm like, why do I keep getting that? There was something I was doing. There was something I needed to change. So I used that CV analogy in terms of like friendships, business opportunities, based on life now, in terms of speaking to people and whatnot. And it became a thing where it's like, I just needed to just dissect myself. And I started preying things. And I was like, hold on. Come on. So when I started preying things and I was able to restructure and re-strategize, this is when I start seeing a lot of the things that men do, some men do, is garbage. But I didn't think it was garbage because I'm shrouded in the garbage. What?
Give an example.
I don't know off the top of my head, but if I see it, I'll know it, innit? But I mean, like, there's things that man them do that's garbage, innit? And I'm just like, hey, guy, man, just to accountability and we're good, innit? There's no need to be defensive on this one. And now I'm here. But obviously, I was never tight or nothing. Like, never in that aspect. But my attitude, like my mannerisms, how I responded to certain situations. That's why when people see me now, they're like, I can just feel you've changed. I can just tell. I can tell you're a different person. Like,
You had only child syndrome and you weren't an only child.
imagine. Yeah, because I was left alone though. I was the middle child.
When I say only child syndrome, it's like, yeah, I know what I mean.
Yeah, I was the middle child though, innit? I was left to my devices. Then I became the person who's going to save the family. So
That's pressure.
yeah, it became, you know what I mean? It became like, you know what I mean? It was like, imagine you got two older brothers. The firstborn is always the one who's, you know, they either flop or they carry on. Then we say we write that one off. The secondborn is the one.
Oh, my babes.
Yeah, he's the one we take you out the ghetto. Good skin, good hair. He's always been the one who's just chilling from early, whatever.
My babes.
So me, I get to do what I'm doing. And Lee is the baby. So there's no wahala. Then when the secondborn he's not sure what he wants to do and he goes off, I get to make migraine because I've got no pressure. Then it's like, hey, this one is he's made 100 bags. Oh, this one's made two. This one. We need you to do that again because you're going to take us out of the hood. Then it becomes a thing where I'm not free thinking anymore. I'm doing this because you're on me.
Yeah.
What?
Do you know what you said earlier that I wanted to touch on? Yeah, because obviously Bashi spoke about it recently, and I know that you reposted it, and I knew when you reposted it how much it resonated with you, knowing you and knowing the conversations we've had. Yeah. So obviously him talking about him. Obviously, those who are old school know Bashi was an MC in it from early, and I didn't even know he was back in the day. I didn't know he was an actor. Growing up, Bashi was Bashi.
Facts.
So him obviously doing the music thing and then being a bus driver, not knowing that obviously his passion is pursuing acting, right? And just speaking about how, because I can imagine there's always going to be like a level of like shame, quote unquote shame, transitioning from being an artist or someone who had clout at one point to then becoming a regular, schmegular person doing a normal job. Like, I can't imagine, and again, you're men. So there's a lot of pressure that comes with that as well. So what was that like?
Boy, like, I think in the mindset I had at the time, getting a job was failing. Because it's like, you wake up when you want, go studio. You're living your purpose, you're living your passion, you're becoming a star, and you know, you're doing all these things, and you know, things are going how you predicted them to a degree. And then you're now being told what to do, you're getting hotted. Because my thing wasn't, I'm working in the label. That would have been a smooth transition. I'm working on the railway. So I'm wearing the orange drip. I got the boot, this thing, the helmet. And like all the brony boys are coming up to me, Gracious, show me. I said, I'm going to slap you with this. Like, if I hit you with this shovel, you'll know. And I remember I didn't want to work, yeah? And I asked Bashi. And he told me, bro, I was a bus driver, bro. He goes, bro, no one can make you feel shame for paying your bills.
100%.
He goes, bro, like, get out of your head, bro. He goes, and anyone who is dissing you for it isn't your demographic. They're not your people. Like, learn to make that your story. So I started working and I was still a bit, you know, thinking, I don't want to be seen. So I'd get changed after work comes. Man would see me at like 5 in the morning. Where you coming from? Link from, come from ends. I had a show, I had studio.
Like, being a man is hard, you know.
It was rough because I remember one time I was so tired I couldn't change. I was on the night bus. Peas was stiff on the night bus. And then I remember going like through gate and seeing a couple man them like that thing. The way I slapped my balaclava, I said, impossible. I can't explain this.
You said I can't explain this.
What did I say? I'm gracious. I can't explain this. And then the more and more I got out of my head, it got easier because I was like, money I have to make.
Literally.
And everyone was working. Everyone was doing something.
That's what's jokes.
Yeah, like I told myself, like everyone was creating a lifestyle, but I told myself that these people ain't working. Like so everyone's figuring out how to do it. So me too, let me figure out how to do it. And then when I started deep in that, everyone works. And I just realized like the railway thing felt a bit too Django for me. So yeah, it was garbage. It was garbage.
Django.
Yeah, I remember one supervisor was like, mate, my nan shovels harder than you. She's dead. said, brother, don't let me say something about you. Like, this felt very Django, like the black boys just get treated like shit. And they're just railway workers and they want to just be on the ballast shoveling. For anyone who doesn't know what ballast is, it's like the rocks on the train tracks. We're shoveling that. The back is wounded. Like, and there was no aspirations, what I was seeing from any of the black boys, to move up supervisor-wise. It's like one black guy. So what started happening was, I thought, how can I create value in my space? So I started helping a friend. He built a social media page. I won't say, but I started helping him. That led me on to Link Up TV. They liked what I'd done for that page, so I kind of came and become the social media manager there. And I was like, okay, this is cool. I'm still in entertainment. And I started kind of slowly becoming quite known and powerful in entertainment. That it led me on to people like Beats by Dre and whatnot, being like, yeah, can we get you to do this and do that? So I always thank Rashid, because then that led me on to an opportunity at Def Jam UK. And then that led me on to a creative agency opportunity, working with like Ronaldo, BMW and whatnot. So I was like, oh, this is lit. So obviously the job I was in now, like, I wear tracksuit, I do what I want. And it's the job I prayed for to a degree. It's good salary, whatever. And I don't feel shame. But at the time, it was stiff.
But you know what? It's you had to start though, innit?
Yeah.
You had to start and get your head out of caring what people think. And I feel like as a community, we do that a lot.
It's rough,
because
though. It's
because we're very unforgiving.
It's rough, though.
As a community, we are very unforgiving and we're very, very, very judgmental.
You've just done Gymshark and I should come and see you at McDonald's. Oh,
but how? I'm not gonna. The thing is,
no, but in my head, I'm seeing as Gina's falling off.
But do you know what's crazy? Yeah, are you forgetting that? Remember with me, what was the first job that I had?
Can't remember.
Showcase Cinema, my friend.
We used to get in it.
Don't you remember?
We used to get us in. Shit,
and
325.
And this is the thing, yeah. I remember getting that job, yeah, and obviously we're in sixth form. So
no, but now I'm saying now, like, imagine tomorrow. Just Gene wasn't doing what he needed to do.
No, of course, but the point I was even going to make with that is we're in school, yeah, and we're 16. So everyone's getting EMA. But I've chosen to, for those of you that don't know what EMA is, this is how you know we're showing our age. Where the government used to give us money to go to sixth form or college.
You're
they used to give us £30 every week just for showing up, and you had to go to all your lessons. And obviously with us at sixth form, we used to have to get the stupid sheet signed and then hand it in. And obviously, if you handed it in, then you get your money in your account. But people like me, do you know what I used to do? I used to wait and collate them in it. So at the month, I get 120 rather than getting the £30 every week. But anyway, so obviously, we're 16. You don't really need a lot of money at 16, innit? You might be getting money from parents. If you're on EMA, you've got that, and you're on school dinners, whatever. Like, you're getting some sort of support in it. But me being me, I'm like, nah, I want more. I want to grind.
Active gang.
I go and get this job. But the thing is with this job, yeah, and this, I will never forget the day when High Top made me feel shame and I cried. And my manager let me like go home early because I was proper upset, yeah, because he made me feel shame.
Is that when we all come?
Yeah.
That 30 deep.
Yeah, what film was it? And all of you came and I was livid.
Was it Kidulthood?
Huh?
Was it Kiddo?
It might have been, you know. I think it was Kidulthood. And everyone came, like everyone, there was like 30 of you. And obviously I'm there at the food stand. So I'm doing food and popcorn, innit? I've got my apron on, I've got my hat, and I'm there like with the hot dog stand. This guy runs with his phone and he's just recording. This is back in the day, you know, the Nokia phones that you can video on. He's recording and he's bare laughing, and everyone's laughing. And I'm starting to feel shame. Yeah, and I'm starting to feel proper shame, yeah. But when I think about it, do you know what's mad? You're the same person that when you needed peas to get your car, you came and asked me for money and I gave it to you. And why was I able to give you that money? Because I was working and I saved up. But in the moment, you shamed me for working a job because of what, do you know what I mean? That's what I mean by like, black people are very, very judgmental and we're very unforgiving. Obviously, we were kids, innit? So it's not like I stopped talking to him or, you know, it wasn't like a massive thing. But in that moment, I felt shame and I got really emotional and upset. My manager was like, you can go home. Because what I didn't want was for everyone to come out when the film's done and I'm still there. I couldn't deal with a second round. So he was literally like, you can go home. But that's what I mean. It's like, I got judged because I was doing a decent job. Although the pay was very much slavery, never gonna lie. But
it still helped
for me,
you.
it was like, but I'm working though. And I liked that level of independence.
Because think about it, like a lot of the times now, like me working the 9 to 5 has opened bare doors for me. Like I was like, brother, like I've got stability. Like there's no uncertainty in terms of like credit, in terms of just knowing that I can maneuver, like treating the job like the side hustle and treating my life like the 9 to 5. Like, it's been great. So when I feel like we're in an entrepreneurial era where
so there are a lot of
we look down on people who work 9 to 5.
100%.
But there's people who work 9 to 5 earn 100 bags.
And remember, entrepreneurship is not for everyone, you know.
Listen, I'll tell you this right now. Entrepreneurship is fucking garbage, yeah? Like...
I mean, it's not garbage.
No, it's fucking garbage. I'll tell you why it's garbage, yeah? Because at the end of the day, what people need to understand is you look at Instagram and Instagram is highlights. Like, as a trapper, I'm not showing you when I'm plugging food. I'm not showing you if I have to swallow Pebs running from police. I'm not showing you sleeping on a bando and I got a rash on my face. I'm not showing you certain man don't want to. That's why I couldn't trap, because in Cunch, I'm going to shower in the hotel. I'm going, like, I'm not all this. I don't bath for days. It's garbage. I would have been a pretty gangster. It's impossible. But there's people who don't do these things. You understand what I'm saying? But we don't show you that horrible side. So it's like the entrepreneurship, people don't show you the garbage that you might not really talk to your family. You might not really keep up with people. You might not really get to go to the day party. You might really need to like be grinding 5 years, no dough. Like you might really have uncertainty. You might really doubt yourself. Like no one shows you that aspect. They just show you, I've made this £1 million plus a year brand.
Yeah.
So that's why I say entrepreneurship is not for everyone. 9 to 5, not everyone has to go out and be their own boss, you know. If everyone was their own boss, nothing would get done.
100%.
Like, there's many people in this life, right, who are successful because they're able to take your brand to another level.
100%. And you wouldn't be able to do that without them.
This is it. Like,
and they're working a 9 to 5.
This is it. Like, Bill Gates is about, okay, cool. Steve Jobs is about, okay, cool. But there's people who work for them
that have able.
You understand? I'm the brains, bro. Yeah. I make your shit work. Yeah. You're just the messy mind, and I have to sit with you for an hour or 2 hours. Pull the shit from your mind, and you understand what I'm saying. Yeah. So I don't get why people shouldn't this 9 to 5.
Do you know what it is? I don't have an issue with anyone that works 9 to 5. I don't have anybody who I don't have an issue with anyone who is into entrepreneurship. I feel like you have to just do what works for you and what feels good for you. Again, it's weird. Like, I didn't wake up an entrepreneur. I didn't even class myself as an entrepreneur, to be honest with you. I just see myself someone who's figuring shit out.
Hustler, baby.
Because literally that's all I've been doing, right? Yeah. But I wasn't a person who, you know, when I was younger, I always wanted to be in business. And I knew I liked money. Yes, I liked money. And getting that from a salary.
West Africa. West Africa.
Of course. Getting that from a stable job or whatever, I got no issues with it. But I guess for me, it was when the passion and the purpose exceeded my 9 to 5 is when I made that switch. And also, again, it's not money related, because when I left my 9 to 5, it wasn't because I was making more money from my business, because I wasn't. And I wasn't for a very long time. Do you understand what I mean? So it was never a money thing for me. So I feel like most entrepreneurs operate from a place of passion as opposed to the money.
That's what you should do.
Yeah.
Like, musician, fashion.
Anything that's not 9 to 5 related and I guess creative. So
that's why if you look at it carefully, you got brothers trying to sell hair, right? And it's not working. Because I just know you're just selling hair. You don't even know the different hairs. Like, man are talking about, they don't know about, is it frontals, closures? They're not privy. Like, I've learned about like things like microblading, like fillers, and stuff like that. So, like, learning about these things, I wouldn't say I necessarily have an interest, but the more and more I'm talking to people who are investing in those things, you're actually seeing, oh, you genuinely have an interest for beauty.
Yeah.
So I have an interest in skincare. I like good skin, and so I really like what Pharrell's doing with his brand and stuff like that. So if in life it ever happened, I'd look into skincare.
Yeah.
How to, you know, like, make things work. And I'm also looking into things about like sustainability, like a greener future, how clothes, basically certain clothes that aren't sustainable, it takes like 100 years to decompose and they just throw it away. So just looking at, you know, things to make, I guess, the earth a better place and all this stuff and whatnot. But all these things, all the greatest things in life is based on passion, purpose. You're smiling because you're proud, but you're not lit. Don't be.
I'm not talking about myself.
No, I mean, you're looking at me because you see smirk because you're proud of who I've become.
No,
I'm not lit, but I'm saying.
No, you're like.
I know, I'm not lit.
No,
I promise. I know.
Guys, you lot don't understand the Lance that I knew, man.
I can actually see her smiling, yeah, and I'm.
No, because I'm really impressed. I'm so proud of your growth, and I feel like you had to go through certain things in life to get here. And it might have been a dark time, but this is the reason why you went through that, to be honest, because it's literally made you this amazing person, because you were garbage before. I'm so sorry. You were, bruv.
I was just a boy chasing tail.
Nah, you was garbage, but it's fine.
Yeah.
But fun it quickly, yeah. You said who are male influencers, yeah. Like, do we have any male influencers? I think the free shots lot are male influencers.
So is that what male influencers are?
I see.
Because I mean like a
Jackie.
Jackie, or I follow her thing, man, and she does the break. Patricia Bright.
Yeah.
So Jackie, Patricia Bright, Nella Rose, or fashion influencers. I'm saying, do men subscribe to other men?
I think you lot
do I see a man's drip and be like, I saved this?
You lot have too much pride to let another man know that I F with your shit. So with us girls, have you not seen in the comments? We are up each other's arses.
You're lying to each other.
Call it lying, call it what you want, yeah. But I'm here to uplift my sisters.
Slay.
So I'm gonna champion whatever it is that you're doing. You lot, on the other hand, are too concerned about what that looks like to everybody else. Because there's people that I'm not a fan, but I support your thing. Or you'll get a DM, bro, love what you're doing, whatever. Or you will see someone in person, they'll be like, bro, love what you're doing. But these times you follow me, but you don't like any of my stuff. Bro, I saw the thing you did with so-and-so the other day. That's sick, but did you like the post? Do you know what I mean? So it's like, there's a lot of like...
That happens to me a lot.
You lot don't like to seem like you're a fan of somebody, but I don't get what the big deal is. And that's why...
Because it's sneaky.
And that's the issue with the whole influencer thing anyway.
Yeah,
like, no one wants to come across as like a fan or like a... You know what I mean? I'm not one of your followers, or I'm not one of your fans, but I rate what you're doing still. But
that might just be for women. That might just be for men, you know? All like, I mean, because even when women speak to me, it's like, listen, I love your new song, but I'm not a groupie. I'm letting you know that from now. And I'm like, I never said you was.
It's our community.
Yeah, but I never said you was.
But that's what I'm saying. It's the community.
But I mean, you guys can give each other love. But when it comes to men, giving love to men is like, don't get a big head. Or I'm not one of your fans. Or the man then would be like even when I've given you compliments, yeah, it's backhanded.
Yes,
I'm talking about the drip. But it's weird.
But that's why I feel like...
I've been trying recently, sorry to cut you. Taser posted something and the skin was skinning. And I wrote skin goals and put like heart eyes, yeah? And then someone wrote like, big man, stay calm, yeah? And I was like, but like, I want to do yas.
You know what it is? It's because also your masculinity is very fragile. So you lot can't seem to operate in a space where you compliment, like even this whole pause shit.
Hey,
like,
pause,
no, as in like,
pause.
No, but do you get what I'm trying to say? I can... And it's not you, it's society, innit? Because it's not it's definitely a bigger conversation.
Yeah, sometimes we have to pause, innit?
It's because of stuff like that is why you guys also can't express yourself with each other. So you saying skin goals and love heart, there's no, why do I need to relax? Bruv, his skin is skinning. Yeah. If I write skin goals and love hearts to my girl, no one's going to be like, Gina, relax or reduce it. The only person that would do that is Sid, actually, because Sid hates... when I'm under Gloria, and obviously I'm very extra with it. So I'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't breathe. Or like you're the air in my lungs. I'm extra when it comes to my bedrooms here. I will write dumb stuff like that. Then he'll be like, Gina, reduce. And I'm thinking, big man, this isn't for you. Let us have our moment. But like, that's what it is. That's why probably male influencers don't exist in the same capacity. You've got gym guys, right? Like Simeon Panda's definitely an influencer. Because when people were younger and trying to get big, he was the poster boy, right? I want to be big like Simeon. I want to follow his program. I want to be hench like him, etc., etc., etc. I see Chizzo as an influencer. There's a lot of guys who probably want Chizzo's physique, who follow Chizzo's page and take note and listen to what he's doing. Because it's gym, and it's fitness and it's physique, it don't come across as like cringe, so to speak, because I feel like people think our gym is masculine, so this is a safe space that I can operate in. But bar the gym, if it's fashion, if it's skincare. Because these times you might like something and be like, do you know what? His skin's really good, you know, or he's clear that he's. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want to know what that thing is, but because of your masculinity coming across a bit fragile, you won't. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Brothers,
it's true. It's true.
give each other a hug, yeah, and just let live,
It's
man.
true, because like Taser's skin is skinning, but I wouldn't ask him what's he been doing.
See, why not? These times.
What, we're coming to ask him for routine?
For example, yeah, if you saw a guy, if you saw a guy's drip or a jacket or anything, yeah, in person and online, would you, and you really liked it, as in like, no, I need this thing, would you ask him where he got it from?
No.
Why?
Garbage.
Why?
I'll go and find it.
Why?
Toxic masculinity, innit?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, but
You lot are not allowing yourself
I
to
mean,
rebel.
I've got better because now if I see someone that look nice, I'll be like, hey, my guy, this jacket, I beg, promise. But I won't be like, yo, Charlie, this one, I need it. Where'd you get it from? Impossible.
Why not?
Impossible.
Why not?
It's impossible.
If I like someone's outfit,
Yeah, but it's you. You can be like, sis, where'd you get that from? Like, but
I will ask.
I'm not like, there's times where I could do it, but more time I'll be like, yo, guy, man, this jacket is Champions League. And then he'll be like, my guy, thank you, my guy. Like, I went out yesterday and I had this, I think, cashmere. And based on my experiences, I stopped wearing colours. So this jacket was like, kind of like a mint green. And I was getting compliments all yesterday to the point where I was shy. And then one guy was like, my guy, is that cashmere? I was like, yeah. He's like, where you get that from? And I was like, Harrods. He's like, bro, what? So he's all in the neck trying to get the tag. But that was awkward, innit? Because man, it's like showing love as men. Maybe we're taught it's a weak thing or whatnot, but I got a lot of guys who come up to me and be like, yo, my guy, love what you do. I'm like, if you love what I do, when I put it out, support it. But they seem to, there's a thing where it's like, they won't show me until it's like enough, innit?
Yeah.
And then when they see me like, yo, let me chat to you.
I just think, honestly, I think it's our community.
Yeah.
Because I can only speak on our community, right? I'm not privy to other communities, so I can't talk about it. But it does seem like we're very limited in our thinking. But I feel like we are becoming progressive. Like, you know, we are doing better than before. And we're having conversations like this, which hopefully will just, like, the younger generation, I feel like you lot are, not you're good, but like you're like, it's getting better for them in certain aspects. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, man.
Yeah. You know, I just think like, is unlearning the correct terminology? I think like there's a lot of unlearning that needs to happen.
done.
Yeah, 100%. Like there's a toxic masculinity and misogyny.
Hey.
And it, you know,
dictionary,
I've been Googling. I promise.
You've literally been learning all these words. I love that.
No, you know why? Yeah, because like I just feel like a friend of mine said, because I was like, she said she's fed up of guys every day. Teach me. If you teach me, then I can grow. She's on this, bro. I'm tired of teaching. I'm not your mum. Go and pick a book and learn, yeah?
Facts.
And I said, you know what? I sometimes feel like that's a bit unfair because you're tired. But if a millionaire said, stop asking me teach you how to make a meal, bro. The information's out there. I think everyone would feel some type of way towards that aspect. You get what I'm saying?
No.
So what I'm saying is that I said, what would make you feel like black men are actually interested in what black women have to say? She said, actually taking an interest in things that affect black women. So that would obviously further the conversation. Now, I keep getting the two mixed up. Thyroids is gland. Fibroids, ovaries. Okay.
Wow.
Done
shit.
You're dumb.
You go, black man.
I beg.
I love it.
It's so silly. So, but the thing is, the only reason I started understanding about fibroids was because of Lee. Lee's going to have twins. And I'm thinking, okay, so I'm just researching. Then I deeped, the Queen's Hospital isn't good. She went Basildon and gave birth and she said it was an amazing experience. Black midwives and all these people on deck. So I more started learning. So when I'm seeing like Eve had the
Fibroids.
yeah, so Eve had to, you know, she got a black woman that, you know, a black doctor that sat with her and
oh no, she gave birth.
yeah, I think she had a black doctor that sat with her and they picked out each one individually and da. That's why I say there needs to be a lot more black doctors in positions that can actually treat black men and women, because a lot of the things we're out there, the doses of medicine, the anatomy is not built off black people. So when they're saying women are like the rating black women dying in childbirth, you can't handle my wife how you'd handle Albano.
Yeah, but you know what it is? Also, it's that also stems down from the perception of black women appearing to be a lot stronger than we are, though.
Yeah, so fuck that. Let me be soft then.
No, I know.
So you can take care of me correctly.
Even from like a young age, like if you compare, like we grow up really quickly, innit?
Did we make strong or did you make strong?
You know what I think it is?
Because when men describe black women, a lot of them say you're strong and they say, hey, I don't want to be strong.
Yeah,
so I'm asking you, did we make strong or did you make strong and we buzzed off it and now it's something that you're now debunking?
I think
this is for everyone too. You come and DM me. Yeah?
I think that's such a good question. That question is
because I'm curious. Like, because did men wake up as excuse me?
No, I think
you lot are strong black women.
No,
or is this a narrative that was created?
I think
and we pushed on it.
I think we definitely have a part to play. There's no, I can't sit here and say that we didn't, because we've definitely played a part, and we've also taken on the role. Right. Like we took on the role.
Right.
But we also were shown that by our parents, by our mothers. So we like, I didn't grow up. And the thing is also, I felt like growing up is what I had to be.
Strong.
I felt like I had to be strong. And being anything other than that was showing a sign of weakness. That's just me personally. Right. But do you know what I mean? I just always saw it as I needed to be strong. I needed to be independent. I needed to not rely on a man. But the reason why I was that way was because of family dynamics.
Yeah.
So it's about what you're exposed to, right?
Yeah.
And me taking this decision at a young age to be like, this ain't it.
Mm-hmm.
This ain't it for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna prevent myself or try and prevent myself from being in this situation by making sure that I've got XYZ, and XYZ patterned. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Okay, that makes sense. So,
but then there is
also, strong bad.
But then there's also this thing of, because we are strong black women, we can handle. Do you get what I mean?
Okay, so
that's why I'm saying I feel like it's both ways.
So strength for yourself and anyone watching who wants to educate me. Strength, right, has a negative connotation depending on how it's used.
I think so. Remember, I'm not speaking on behalf of... I will never sit here and speak on behalf of all black women.
Yeah, I mean, for you yourself.
I am not all black women. But I think I like being strong to a degree.
This is what I was... This is why I like asked.
Being strong to a degree. And I have built...
Is the word misused?
I have built my character on being strong. I believe that I'm a strong black woman. But I don't always want to be strong. That's the thing. I want to, and let's even talking about, because I guess most of the time when we talk about this, it's in the context of a man and a woman or relationships or dating or whatever, right?
No, let's just use you, society. Because I'm just saying like, I saw how my mother conducted herself, and there was a strength in just how she operated.
Because she had to.
So if my dad was around and he was a billionaire, my mum would have been weak?
No. I'm not saying that she would have been weak, but she would have been able to relax a little bit more.
So wouldn't she have been strong in other capacities?
Yeah, she would have. But that's what I'm saying for me. Yeah,
so strong, so it's become dirty.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. For me, I don't.
For you,
for me, because I'm not trying to speak on behalf of anybody else. Yeah, I don't have an issue per se
with the term,
but sometimes it's like someone said, like, I like the fact that I'm strong, but I also want the opportunity. I want the opportunity to be soft. It's not. I'm not seeing it as strong and weak. I'm seeing it as strong and soft. Do you understand what I mean?
Okay, so
do you get what I'm trying to say?
A lot of black women are strong, not by choice, by circumstance.
I don't want to talk on behalf of everybody, but
black women DM me. So what I'm basically saying is, it appears as though we are not strong. But then this is what I'm saying, because like, this is why I didn't want to be obtuse. But I mean, to give birth is strength.
100%.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's a pain threshold that I was studying that women who are pregnant go through, that men should take time and be quiet, because
even period pains, bro.
Do you understand? When we're doing the period pain jokes, where we got the bullshit, it's ragged. So to get cramps to a point where people are having to go on contraception, the type of migraines they're getting cramps that they can't go to work.
Yeah.
Like they're saying, hey, I've taken days off. Yeah. So I'm saying that there's a strength in it.
Yeah.
This is why they want to be obtuse.
No, but that's why, when you said earlier that it also depends on like the context, how it's been used, etc., etc. So being strong is not. I don't think having strength is a bad thing, to be honest with you. And like I said, with me, I pride myself on being someone who's quite strong in certain areas of my life.
Mm-hmm.
However, just because I'm strong doesn't mean that I want to be strong all the time. Do you get what I mean?
So okay.
So
again,
it's not a case of like, because
Gina's got this.
This is what I'm saying. It's not every day Gina's got this, because Gina doesn't have this every day. But because you think I'm this strong black woman and I can handle this shit, it's like, it's just Gina. She's strong. She's got
Instead
it.
Of,
and that's how
baby, come lie down.
And that's how a lot of us sometimes feel. Because we are depicted to be this type of way.
You're patterned, you're good, you got this, you're blessed.
Right.
As opposed to...
It's like even when people say stuff like, like the strongest friends, the friends who are always like there for you, who will listen to like your problems and whatever. Yeah. No one generally checks up on them because you think
they got this.
They're strong, they've got this. Yeah. But that's not the case.
They're crumbling.
So I feel like it's the same kind of, and that's not gender that's not gender specific.
Okay.
Do you get what I mean?
I make you right, because I did used to remember when I would describe my family, I would say my sister's the rose of the family that holds us together. And she switched at me one time. I said, are you all right? And she was like, brother, do you know the pressure you're basically putting on me? Like, if I'm not good, you guys are going to hate each other and kill each other and whatnot. That's too much. And I was like, no, I'm saying it like, yo, you know what I mean? The glue. And she goes, I don't want to be the glue. Don't make me the glue. Make grandma the glue. Or make daddy the glue. Make someone the glue, you know what I'm saying? Because it's now literally that level of, I'm the person who holds 3 boys. And if I fold, the 3 boys are going to punch each other up. You know what I'm saying? So I think she started becoming the baby sister. Yeah, she loves life. She's lit, innit? What can we do? Interesting. Education. Wow, imagine. I learned something new.
Yeah. Well, I think it's been a good episode. I think it's been a good episode. I'm chuffed.
Oh my days.
No, I think it's been good. We've had good conversation. Brent, have you been listening or you've been too busy working?
He's been in between. He's been in between.
Have you listened to anything? Did you listen? Do you think it was a good conversation? Are you just saying that because you just...
Are we good or are we touching on the other stuff?
No, I'm going to allow you.
I'm good with it. It's up to you.
No, I'm going to allow you.
All right, cool.
No, I don't think we have to go there.
I'm good. It's up to you.
Yeah, no, I think... Why are you looking at me?
Because this is going to fuel Brent's agenda.
No, but Brent, are you going to chime in though? Are you busy?
Like, honestly, this is going to fuel Brent's agenda. We're going to speak for an hour next week.
It's true, innit?
And he's going to tell me about devaluing my...
No, it's true.
Not reaching my potential. We're going to have a long conversation.
Do you ever find it performative?
No, I've never had it. But
yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Love it because it's all branded.
Nah, Lance has branded himself as in like the
silly, Nah, you know.
Did you hear him earlier? I wish I could. What's it called? I could make replicas of me and just put myself in different pockets of the world. Move, man.
Because you know why? Yeah? Just to pre it, just like honestly, I just feel like changed behavior really is the best form of apology.
100%.
Really is the best form of growth.
1000%.
The fact that people can genuinely say you're not who you used to be, for me, that is that's wealth. That's rich.
Yeah.
So like that's why I genuinely do believe some people can change, or some people can skew their thinking, or some people
It's
can. You
by
know what I mean?
choice, though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
If
Some
I'm
people,
honest, I think everybody can change. Not
Yeah,
even some
but people don't choose to.
Everybody has the capacity to change. It's just whether or not you are willing to.
Yeah, because some people you see them like, and I feel like
and put in the work.
Yeah.
Because it's
I make you
not.
right.
It's not. See this. I make you right. Where did you get that from, please?
I think my brony for. I make you right.
No, literally.
Yeah, because
you've said it a few times.
You know why? Yeah, because like I also feel. I feel like everyone should be given a level of grace.
Mm.
So there was things you thought at 18, 15 that you, if you think that at 35, then it's a problem. That's you, innit?
Mm.
And I feel like there should be grace to a point where you kind of got to, study people's mannerisms and how they operate now. And if there's certain man who, like, you're saying certain stuff, it's a bit worrying.
Mm.
It's a bit damaging. Like, it's like 21st century, gay, trans, like different situations in life, yeah? The ignorance people had once upon a time. If you still kind of have, to that degree, it's almost hate. It's a bit, it's Charlie, just close your eyes, isn't it? If it's not, you know what I mean? Just you do you.
If it's not for you.
Yeah, like if it's not for you, close your eyes.
To yourself.
But the opinions that you're having is almost like, you can't still think like bare things is happening. Your cousin could be gay. Your brother could be gay.
Yeah.
So really, you're going to tell them, leave the house, fuck off. You understand what I'm saying? So when like, you might have been 18 and you might have said something, you're 40 and the way the world is progressive, that's why it's a bit like, so I remember someone at work called me a roadman. And I say, hey, you call me a nigga. Because like, if
there's no positive connotation with a roadman.
If you at big 2021 or 2022, sorry, still have these microaggressions and you don't know what it is, I can't help you.
Mm.
We're watching a slavery film, people are getting whipped, and you're like, oh man, it was rough them times. I can't help you.
Yeah,
I can't help you.
Yeah.
I can't help you.
There's a time and a place, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like you can't help certain things.
Yeah, and I think also like even when people start injecting their mouths in conversations where they generally don't have it's just sit from the sidelines and watch, man. Like, please.
Because some of these spaces that have been going on, yeah, I go and listen because I just want to learn and whatnot. You know me, I've always been an inquisitive child. I want to learn to grow. And there's black women in there who are saying, I don't want to hear from no men. Men are requesting. What are you requesting to do? So one guy came on there and he's like, hey, ladies. They said, oh, you're a man. I said, hey, this one's rough. And he was like, guys, me, I have a daughter. I said, I have a daughter. Why do you need to have a daughter to treat black women right? Why do you have a daughter to treat women right? Why do you have a daughter to need to treat this woman right? Like, is it like having a daughter magically transforms your brain that now you start treating people like human beings?
I think, you know what? I think so.
Fuck off then.
Do you know why?
Then that means you've been a piece of shit and you need to apologize to bare people.
Do you know what it is? Yeah. I think, generally speaking, a lot of people, and I don't even think this is gender specific, but I think generally as human beings, we operate from a place of like selfishness.
Yeah.
Facts.
Yeah.
Men or women.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not until, I feel like with a lot of people though, like it's not until, especially men and daughters, it's not until that shit happens where you're just like, hold on a minute. I have a daughter now and she's going to come across someone like me one day. And what has my track record been like? Because remember, you had a mum before you had a daughter.
But this is what I'm saying.
But
you might be ignorant.
It wasn't enough.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You having a mum or a sister was not enough.
You having a mum or a sister might be ignorant, yeah? But I don't think you should be like inhumane in your approach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think having a daughter makes you now stop being, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, I don't know, like, so he came in the group, in the chat and started talking, and they rubbished him. And another boy came in and they rubbished him. And I'm like, bro, why do you keep going in? This space ain't for you.
You've got a point to prove.
And this is what I'm saying, where people say it's performative, right? Because if you're about it, just be about it. You coming in here to shout that you are not like all black men bro, no one's retarded. Hey, I can't even say this word. Clap, clap. No one's slow or silly that they are brandishing all black men.
Yeah. So we don't need you to come out and speak for those.
And this is what I've learned.
Yeah.
And this is why certain men are getting triggered because they're like, it's not all black men.
But then my thing is also you should be able to use your common sense to know that it's not all black.
No, but not everyone has that.
And
Not everyone has that because I had an argument. Yeah, Made You Think posted. Yeah, Jada Wader.
Yeah,
and said,
The
"See
hairstyle.
that, ladies? She done it the right way. No, basically lodging off a man or da is still possible. Yeah." And he says he's meant that in a way of empowerment, like ladies. But
the wording, no.
right
Wording
now,
way
this is
off.
what I'm saying. So the woman I was arguing with is saying
He could have said,
I don't like how, because what is, it's like, yeah, and I'm saying, look, we need to understand this. The current climate of woman that is at the top is, I don't cook, I don't clean, I'll show you how I got this ring. Get a Birkin off this man. Don't give him nothing. Don't engage with him. Don't whatever. Fleece that nigga. Like, do this, that is the currency. That's the climate. Working hard, working for yourself, putting your people on is not the currency. Ava DuVernay picking up a camera at 33 isn't the currency. Oprah going to this place at 32 and starting a talk show in 5 years and become the Oprah Winfrey Show isn't the currency. Like, these successful black women who are at the forefront ain't the currency, right? So if that's not the currency, and what is hot, yeah? Because Little Sims, Koji Radical are quote unquote niche. And there's certain men who are hot, yeah? So if they're not hot, yeah? I said, is that potentially what he means? As in, ladies, you can do it the right way. The reason why you might be triggered is because you don't subscribe to what he's saying. Because you're not one of them ladies.
But I was literally about to say, you'd only, like I said before, remember, when I said you only get triggered if the shoe fits, if the shoe fits. Generally speaking, I would read that and I would not be triggered because I'm a Jada.
Right.
Not, and I don't mean that in a me bigging myself up. But I'm not. Do you get what I mean? And I don't mean that in like a thingy way. But could it
like,
be
I'm
that,
a hustler, I get it, innit?
Could it be that, do you know what I mean? And I'm going to be honest. If sometimes the shoe fits, I do get triggered. That's why I'm saying it can only come from a place of reflection and
okay.
And for me anyway.
Okay, no, because I'm going to ask you the question I asked her.
Okay, which is
so if he's put a picture up of KSI and says, "See that, lads? My man done it the right way. No chefing and drillings.
Yeah.
It's still out there. It's still possible. Yeah. And boys are saying you don't know what it's like to be a drill artist and you don't know Am I right in being triggered, offended?
If the shoe fits.
Okay. Because I'm saying wording. Obviously, it was like, you know.
One wording could have been better.
Yes. Okay.
Definitely in both cases. Yeah.
Okay.
It's your delivery, innit? It is all down to delivery. I could say something to you and say the same thing and say it in two different ways and you will receive it differently.
Is that my fault or your fault?
It's both, because also what can happen is you're not hearing what I'm saying. You're hearing what you think I'm saying.
Right.
Because you're triggered.
So you need to dress things in a way that I like the taste of it. So
it's a two-way thing. Do you understand what I mean? I can take accountability from say, you know what, I didn't deliver that right. I could have said that a lot better and thought about and been mindful. Because if I'm also coming from a genuine place and I want you to receive the message, I don't want it to fall on deaf ears. And I think it depends on the person you're dealing with. Obviously, it's a case-by-case basis and it's not every day that you can be mindful of who your audience are. And someone like Made You Think on such a massive platform, he's not going to think about you're not going to think about all those details. And again, he's not a journalist. Not like that, but...
Okay, so...
And that's not taking anything away from what he does.
Of course.
But he's not a BBC journalist who is trained and knows about PR and how to articulate himself in a way where it's PC. He's just saying what he thinks.
So, brother, every time I see you, you got these trainers, bruv. Like, Well, you skint versus I've noticed you've been wearing these trainers for a second. Is everything all right? Have I delivered it in both ways? That doesn't make you feel.
Can I be honest? It depends.
You got holes as well. The holes in the crepe.
Yes, but it depends on what the goal is of your message.
So I need to have the goal too.
Do you know why? Because you saying "Are you skint?" Yeah, comes across like you're not making a joke, but do you understand what I mean? It doesn't come across caring.
Yeah, so I'm saying, are you skint versus, yo, bro, I've noticed you've been wearing these trainers for a second. Is everything all right? Like they've got holes in them.
That comes across caring.
So that's me dressing it in a way that you can digest.
Delivery. The first one didn't come across caring. It came across like I'm about to be the butt of a joke.
Right.
Do you understand what I mean?
Because if you said, yeah, I am skint, I'd be like, cool, let's go shop.
But I wouldn't know that we're going to go there. Do you get what I mean? I wouldn't know that the next part of my response would be, you're going to offer me help or you're going to offer me a joke or banter. Whereas you saying, do I need help or is everything okay, comes from a place of, it shows concern. Do you get what I mean? So delivery, no, it's important.
Don't worry, let me work on my delivery.
Well, yeah.
Interesting.
But yeah, okay. I think that's about it, you know?
No problem. This is fun.
I think we've had a good time, Lancey. Catching up in that. It's been a minute.
You guys got to get an insight into what we do on the phone.
Literally, to be fair. Which is good. And I feel it's good to have healthy dialogue and conversations and having difference of opinion and being able to just have it out without shouting and stuff.
I think, like, you know what? I do think, hopefully, people appreciate the episode because I think maybe it's because we're not catching heads on anything in terms of a debate. Like, no cutting off. No one's cutting each other off. There's no... So it's like a sorry to cut you kind of thing. You know what I'm saying?
It's not dramatic.
Yeah, because I think a lot of the times with pods, because there might be a topic where people are passionate, there's multiple people in the room, no one has that capacity where it's like, you chat, let me chat.
It's
you
dramatic.
chat. Yeah, it's like, one second. Hey. Then it's like, everyone's talking over each other as opposed to just a conversation.
Yeah. But to be fair though, I feel like me and you don't really have... It's only when it's very, very like passionate and heated and emotions are involved, generally speaking. Because I'm going to be honest, I get triggered. I get triggered. Of course, I'm not going to say I don't. And if it's something that's like a pain point for me or whatever and emotions get involved, oi, I'm coming for your neck.
Oh my God.
So it goes both ways, but you know, we're progressive people in it. We're learning. We're trying to get better.
Done know.
Yeah, but guys, that is it from me and Man Like Gracious.
Done know.
Song of the week. Do you have a song of the week? Do you play any track?
I was not even ready, man. But
okay,
I'll send it in and we can play it at the end.
Yeah.
Song of the week. What have I been listening to? You know what?
We don't even play it anymore. You know.
We don't. No, but I'm just saying. I'm just looking now.
What would if you had to pick a song of the week? What would it be?
It'd probably just be. I just like the Sungba tune, man.
That is a banger.
Yeah, I just really like it. I just think you know what? I really like him, but he's got another tune called Omo.
Yeah.
Omo Ope. Yeah, Omo Ope featuring Olamide. I think that's cold.
It's a tune.
Yeah, I think that's cold. And I just like the African invasion, man. Like they just. I've always said like Nigeria's like the West. The rock stars of West Africa.
Yeah.
I don't know, they just got this pizzazz.
And there's bare of them. Like, artist-wise, every single new person, I can't keep up.
And like at the point now where it's like, I love the unity. Like, this guy does a tune, Burna jumps on the remix. That's what it's meant to be. Your goats are meant to work.
Yeah. That's how you get put on and
That's how you lift, man. Not every day is segregation.
No, for real.
Wait till you get 1 million views. Now you wanna work.
My song of the week.
What have you got for us?
Is going to be please don't laugh,
Run it.
I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna say what it is.
Run it. What's the tune?
So it's Elvis Presley.
Jeez.
Can't Help Falling in Love, right? So has anybody here watched Crazy Rich Asians?
You know what? I always watch the beginning. I've never got past the start.
Lance.
Where she buys the hotel. She says, my husband...
Fam.
I've never got past...
Crazy Rich Asians,
I've never got past the start.
Let me be honest with you.
I just love that start.
Crazy. The start is solid. But you see that film, they need to bring me a part 2 because I've watched Crazy Rich Asians so many times. The first time I watched it 3 times in that week.
What?
Because, you know what? underneath all this fucking the family, yeah. I'm
Underneath this what?
fucking the family,
oh my
yeah.
days.
Underneath all of
Talk
this,
about punchline.
I saw your mum, I saw your dad,
Oh my
yeah.
days.
I am a marshmallow. I'm soft, yeah. So I love a rom-com, but I just like thrillers and whatnot. But you see that rom-com, it touches me. And basically, in the film, there's a bit where there's a wedding, and the song that she walks down the aisle to is a version, like a cappella version with like a harp of that. And then I found a girl on YouTube who sings it.
Is it?
To the what? Fam, I'm even getting my eyes are watering.
Hey, can you take time, please? I beg.
No, because the song is so
like that.
Fam,
Send it to me.
it gets me emotional.
Send it to
like,
me.
can you not see my eyes watering?
That's why I'm saying I'm proud.
Yeah, it's my
Send it to
song,
me.
and I thought this is the song. When I get married, this is my first dance.
Chai.
100, because the song is beautiful.
Hey,
That version in particular. So do you know what? Yeah, and you lot are gonna think I'm a bit soft, but you know what? F it, I'm soft.
I said fucking the family.
In this moment, I'm soft. But I'm still fucking the family, so don't worry about that.
I don't know where this came from.
I say it all the time.
This is actually
Lance, I say it on this pod
Oh
all the
my
time.
days.
So the song is, her name is Kina Grannis. I don't want to play it because if I play it, I'll start crying, and I don't want to cry on the pod. It's too moist.
No,
But
let go.
It's called Kina Grannis, Kina Grannis, Grannis. Can't Help Falling in Love. It's on YouTube, yeah. So that is my song of the week. And it even says, Can't Help Falling in Love, brackets from Crazy Rich Asians. This is how you know. And when you read the comments, someone was like, am I the only person that this made cry? And everyone was like, no, it made me cry too. And I thought, see, I'm not alone, man.
Oh my days. I love that for you.
See, I'm not alone. But yeah.
No, I think that's it.
That's it for me. But yeah, guys, that has been us. Hope you enjoyed this episode, and we will catch you on the flip side.
Done now.
Peace.